for you to call. That's my guy Leo at Active Collision. Experienced paint and body technicians will make your car look like it's brand new. You get a free estimate when you call 626-330-0100. They work with all insurance companies. Mention 710 and you get 50% off your insurance deductible. Call 626-330-0100, 626-330-0100, or visit activecollisionrepair.com.
Game day excitement starts at Lazy Dog Restaurants. Join them at LA Live before or after the game, or catch the action on TV at any of their locations. Enjoy handcrafted food, craft beers and drinks, and the best seats outside the arena. LazyDogRestaurants.com.
Hey, it's Mace. Looking for some fun and excitement? You got to check out Chumba Casino. It's 100% free to play. No purchase required. Enjoy hundreds of thrilling social casino games anytime, anywhere, like bingo, slingo, slots, and solitaire. Get in the action. Play now for a chance to redeem some serious prizes at ChumbaCasino.com.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
The most followed sports radio station in America.
710 ESPN.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
Travis Rogers, DeMarco Farr.
The far side. You ready for the far side? I'm in the far side.
You're in the far side.
Go. Welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. So let's get to the fun, shall we? The Travis and DeMarco Show right now.
Yes, sir!
Yeah!
Hey, Kay. How are you?
Good.
We need to change that intro. Whenever Chris says, DeMarco Farr, it's like I'm stealing his purse or something, you know? Like he's scared. Come on. DeMarco Farr. Say it right.
The sight of you frightens Chris Morales.
That's what it sounds like.
Best wishes to Chris Morales during his recovery.
Get better soon. Get well soon, big fella. Yes. Left him a message yesterday.
I imagine he is just overwhelmed with texts
with
right
stuff?
now. Like I sent him one with a Boogie Nights gift because I know that'll make him laugh, make him smile.
A Boogie Nights
He
gift?
loves the movie. That's one of my actual connections with Chris Morales. We're both huge fans of the movie Boogie Nights. And
I knew that. You said GIF.
Yeah.
Not gift.
I call it GIF as opposed to a GIF. I call it GIF because at the time, President Obama
called it a
GIF.
A GIF.
And I said, well, if the president is calling it a GIF,
I
it's
never
a GIF.
knew the actual name. Is it GIF or GIF?
I don't think
I've always said GIF.
Anybody?
I don't think it's ever been firmly settled upon.
I could care. I thought you said gift with a T. So I'm like, a Boogie Nights gift? What is that? What did you actually send Chris that is
Nothing
a Boogie Nights
that I would
gift?
say on air. If it's a Boogie Nights gift,
right.
that has to be between me and Morales.
A gift. That's awesome. Yeah, but I'm glad he's doing better. I heard he's up and around, so at some point he's going to be stalking the hallways again, which is awesome.
Yes. Hello, Laura. Hello, Emily.
Roar.
Roar. Travis doing a lot of roaring in Hawaii, one presumes.
I don't even know what that means.
He's just out on the sand with a tropical drink. Roar.
I don't think Travis is roaring at all.
I wonder what Travis is doing in Hawaii right now.
Hopefully relaxing and drinking.
I think he's literally on a plane currently.
He's still on the plane?
Yes, he flew out at 6 a.m. this morning.
Yeah.
So I'd assume he's landing 6 a.m. our time. So he's probably landing in about
He's been
3
up 3
hours.
Okay.
So he's probably having a nice little drink on the plane.
Knowing Travis, he got to the airport. It's a 6 a.m. flight. He got there at about 2 a.m.
He left here and went straight to the airport.
Just to be safe. He was bothering the crap out of Susan. We got to go.
Did they get the same seats? Do you know?
I have not asked him where he's sitting.
Okay, 3 hours by himself or 3 hours. I hope he got his way because he was really upset about that.
Here's the story behind it, Andy, if you didn't hear. So Susan booked the tickets to the flight, and she said, hey, I could upgrade us so that we can sit together. And then Travis was like, we're not sitting together because Susan did all the booking. Yeah. And she saved a small amount of money.
Some money,
but not like it's like $1,000 they saved. They saved
I won't tell the number.
Very little amount.
Yeah.
And
a little bit more than the ice cube thing he bought. Yeah. So.
And so now they're figuring out if they're going to sit together or not. It was the whole issue.
Would you mind not sitting with your wife for 5 hours on a plane?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the most PC way to say
It
this.
depends on where you are. In your
Oh, there have been certain periods where
are you in a peak or a valley?
where I intentionally booked it. I was like, honey, this is the best I could do.
You know, we can sit you guys together. No, it's all right.
I'll be honest. The opportunity to have a certain amount of solitude before like a vacation, especially when you're going with kids, because you know this, there's a certain element of traveling with your kids until they reach a certain age that it's not really a vacation. It's more constantly monitoring them while
we're just bringing the house to a different part of the world.
You're constantly monitoring your child in a different location. 4 or 5 hours where you can just decompress alone doesn't sound too bad.
Not too bad. I just don't know, is Travis okay not sitting with Susan? Like, he seems to really
Susan
dig her
okay with 5 hours without Travis?
That's what I don't know. But I'm just assuming. Yeah, but go ahead.
I think they love each other's company.
Okay, good.
And I think they'd like to sit together if possible. But, you know.
He was all busted up. He was mad. Like, why did you spend the money so we can sit together? I'm like, wow. You don't hear that from most guys. It's mostly save the money.
He's a good guy.
That's
and he
a
loves
good
his
dude.
wife.
Well, we know that. I don't know if it's coming back the other way.
No, I think so. I think you've met her enough to know.
She booked the tickets. You sit over here, I'll sit over there.
So
yeah.
I talked about this with Travis yesterday before he left. So Christian and I are planning hopefully a vacation soon. And, you know, I was like, do you care if we sit together? And he goes, I mean, I would like to. I'm like, yeah, but do you care? Because, you know what I mean? Like, if I can save money,
do you care?
I'm just, you know,
I too thirst for water.
Just saying. Just saying.
Yeah. Look, would I prefer to sit with my wife and daughter on the flight? Yes.
Absolutely.
Am I going to be super upset if for whatever reason, whether it be price, whether it be sometimes, you know, if you have flights where it's aisle 2, it's not possible to sit next to each other. Will I be upset? No. Would I prefer that we're all together? Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you're factoring the kids, though. It's just you and your wife. Right.
Just me and the wife.
Exactly.
Look
so you
at
don't
his
even
face.
know. See?
Like, oh.
I know. It's a conundrum.
Well,
it
but
depends.
I'm also thinking about from her perspective too, and like, what is she?
She may want to get away from me.
Like, what is she willing to admit out loud?
Right.
Like,
she booked the tickets. You got to remember that. So
sorry, Travis.
But I would bet when he gets there, like I said, I bet Travis won't say a word to anyone for the first 12 hours and just decompress, walk around with Sue. He will say 2 words, martini, please.
He is going to be breaking the accountability chain so badly.
He's going to walk. He's going to walk. He's just going to have a whole lot of fun. And I hope he decompresses and don't think about anything. Forget about sports for a while.
Is anyone else meeting him there, or is it just the two of them?
Just
the
Susan
two of
and
them.
Travis.
Awesome.
You know what? If
That's
it's
great.
just him and Susan, I think the solo flight is fine.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I think it's actually okay if it's just because it's not like the flight is particularly romantic.
This is how he said it. We're going to sit apart for 10 hours. And I'm like, how do you figure? He said 5 there, 5 back. And I'm like, okay, if you put it together, it sounds like a long time. It's just a flight. Right. You sit apart. When you land, you're together.
I mean, there's nothing.
And then,
unless we're talking like Mile High Club, there's nothing particularly romantic about a flight. You don't have your most like intimate or personal conversations on a flight when you're sitting next to a stranger.
You know what? I'd never thought of it. He hates to fly.
Yes, he does. He hates heights.
It just dawned on me.
So Susan is his binky. That's
think
why he's
so.
upset.
Yeah. Bing, 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 bing. It's making sense now.
He needs Susan. It's not about the connection. It's not about the love. It's I'm scared to fly.
And the distaste of strangers. I also think he doesn't want to be next to a stranger.
Yeah,
okay,
we're getting deep into this. Yep.
You know
we figured
what?
it out.
Wow.
Does Travis own a pair of earbuds, though?
Okay, I've talked to him about this so many times. Like, no, basically, he doesn't have AirPods because they don't stay in his ears. Apparently,
so get headphones.
I don't know if he has the over-ear headphones either. He does not. I think he likes to have nothing on the flight as well.
Because for some. What, he just sits staring into space for 5 hours?
He has at times.
he
read a
reads.
book.
Doesn't he read?
He'd read a book, talk to Susan, or have nothing.
Because for someone like Travis, I mean, I don't think I'm as extreme as Travis in terms of wanting to be left to my own devices, not talk to people I don't know. But I have those tendencies at times, or not to want to make small talk with people that I do know that I just don't want to talk with them.
Yeah.
I have earbuds with me.
That's not Travis. He does not use earbuds. I've never seen him wear headphones.
Like I bring him to
outside
Trader
of-
Joe's.
right
I bring him anywhere I go.
Why you just tell the guy next to you to shut up? Just stop talking to me.
I don't think
or
Travis
something.
can do that.
No,
I don't think
he's
he's built
not.
We
that
all
way.
can. You don't have to have like things to make people stop talking.
You are big enough, DeMarco, that I think people are not going to just instigate conversations
You can ask
with
politely, like, "Hey, look, I'm really tired. I don't feel like talking. I'm just going to kind of lean over here." You know,
most.
Then you sit in the awkwardness for the rest of the 5 hours of your flight.
But I get what I need. I need this cocoon of silence. I'm not trying to be rude. I just don't feel like talking.
It's weird though because I am a very chatty person, as y'all know.
Yeah.
But even I don't just like, hey, where are you going? Where are you
Right.
from? Like I don't do that
But
on
if
a plane.
you did, and I started shooting back one-word answers,
I'm like, he
repeatedly,
does not want to talk.
Boom.
But there are
Common
people
sense,
I have flown next to these strangers who do not take that hint.
Oh, well, then hey, look, I'm sorry. I would like to sleep now. Please stop talking to me.
There are people who just have a difficult time saying that, just like voicing that. And I can picture Travis being one of those people.
Having trouble saying it?
Yeah.
He likes to he calls like the gears of society that have to move by having this niceties around it, and he
Wait, say
likes
that again.
to enjoy that. So we've gotten this issue about the elevator. I don't like to talk to people in the elevator. I just even if it's Travis, no, I hate talking to people in the
Mason's
elevator.
the same way.
I don't like to talk to people even if I know them.
So if you're talking as you walk into the
I
elevator,
don't want to talk to somebody in an elevator. I want to just get in the elevator and leave. And Travis thinks that it's a thing of like, even if it's a inane conversation like, how you doing? Good. Have a good day. Bye.
How do
Like
you
I
feel
think
about
it's a
the
waste
elevator?
of words.
First of all,
I didn't know this. This
First
is a
of
real
all,
thing.
it really speaks to how much Emily doesn't want to do this here because it's a one floor flight.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
the conversation can only last so long.
But
to,
it's
to
such
get
a
up here.
waste of words. I'm just saying. I just worked and talked for 3 hours. I don't want to waste more words on this stupid
I
conversation.
only got so many words left for the day. I don't want to waste them here.
Not to get caught up.
But
yes.
anyway, Travis thinks that is very important. And so I think
Yeah.
that he also finds to not be rude very important, which would be telling someone next to you to shut up.
I don't think Travis is built to tell the stranger next to him, hey, no offense,
Yeah.
but I really just want silence. I'm not a chatty person. It's not
I think
you,
if
it's
you push
me.
him to the point, he will. Yeah. I'm just trying to be
Maybe that's what he wants
quiet
Susan
here.
for.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I think it is. I think he keeps saying like how much he hates to fly. And when we ride up a helicopter, it's like, heck no, I'm not getting up in a helicopter.
Well, that's heights. It's all heights for
maybe
him.
he just needs his wife next to him
Like
as he flies.
Susan
that makes
is
sense.
his binky on
Yeah.
the flight. Susan is his meat shield for conversation from other people. Like
Yes.
Susan is as much like a utility for him on the flight as a companion.
But I also
Might
think she I think will talk to the person, so
That's
then
what
he
I mean.
doesn't have to.
She's the meat shield. That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about.
The
Like
meat
yes.
shield.
Yes, she is the meat shield. She is in a lot of ways Travis's Swiss Army knife on a flight. She's the security blanket, the binky.
Yeah. Okay.
She's the one that talks to strangers.
The meat shield.
The meat shield.
That's
I
dope.
guarantee you, on this flight, Travis is having a drink potentially, but reading a book.
I hope
That's
so.
what I'm because I can't see him firing up like A Quiet Place day one
No.
on the
Which would be
movie in
cool,
front of
though.
him.
Yes.
He's not going to watch a movie. He's going to read his book.
How do you not watch a movie on a plane?
It's Travis. Have you
Yeah.
seen him?
I'm just saying, how do you not watch a movie
He
on a
doesn't
plane?
watch movies.
Sleep or listen to music or watch
Music,
a movie.
play a
Yeah.
game.
Actually, I take
read.
flights for movies. Yeah, fun.
I tend not to watch movies on flights only.
Oh, really?
Well, it depends on how
Long.
depends how noisy the flight is.
Oh, yeah.
Like sometimes if the flight is for whatever reason noisy,
Yeah.
it takes me out of the movie because you're watching often on kind of a smaller screen
True.
anyway.
Yeah.
So
I have a rule about that, Emily. You might like this. I never watch a new movie on an airplane.
yes, that's the other
I
thing
watch
too.
movies I've seen before because I tried to watch that movie, Everything All at Once, and I didn't get it.
Well, that's
because
a
I saw
tough
it
one
on
for a plane.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on in that movie.
I'm kind of the opposite. I watch a movie that requires my attention because I don't have my phone to distract me, and it's almost like a movie theater experience to me because I'm not focused on anything but the movie in front of me, and so I tend to watch things I want to see, but I don't see anything that's like grand.
Oh, okay.
Even though I did see Top Gun Maverick on a flight.
Wow.
But I don't see anything that's like.
Well, that's just you giving a middle finger to Tom Cruise.
Yes, exactly.
Do you not like Tom Cruise?
She hates
We've
Tom
had this
Cruise.
conversation
Why do you hate
before.
Tom Cruise? Tom Cruise is like, he's a legend. He's the guy. Come on.
I agree. He is a legend.
He's 105 years old, and he looks like he's 20. Come on. He's awesome. He does his own stunts.
Okay.
Yes.
Shout out to the stunt people that he's taking their jobs. But
he's still making movies.
There's a spin.
He brought us back to the theater.
We're
Top
not
Gun
impressed.
Maverick brought us back to the theater. Come on.
Brought you back to the theater. I'd been at the theater. I saw.
Brought you to a plane.
Yes.
I saw Tenet in the middle of COVID in a movie theater. I was in the theaters before everyone else was.
He brought the rest of us back. Come on. Risky business. Yay.
I'm too tired to argue, sure.
Why are you tired?
I'm not too tired. I'm just like...
Well, come in this room. It's so bright. Is this normal? Or, AK, did you do this?
I don't
that
touch
is the
anything.
same level of brightness it is every day.
When Travis leaves, it gets brighter?
It's like the Greg glasses thing. It's like the...
It might
he puts
be.
on the glasses and his hair color
Yes.
changes.
You.
All right.
You. Yes.
Travis is going to be in Hawaii tonight. The Lakers, though, are going to be playing the Charlotte Hornets, kicking off the second part of the season, the final 30 games. They
Mark
are
Williams'
critical.
revenge tour.
We got to figure out who the revenge is against. That's all
Gonna
coming up
dunk on
next. But
everybody.
call in right now. Call in right now. Caller number 7-877-710-ESPN. 877-710-376.
I would throw the ball at JJ if I was him.
And JJ, I think, is the one person he shouldn't be
I
mad
know.
at. Receive autographs from Robert Horry and Michael Cooper on Friday at Legends Addicts meet and greet event at Legends Addicts on Friday.
We'll be there.
We are all going to be
We're
there.
going to do the remote event there and have a lot of great people there. So
including
call in right now.
Robert Horry and Michael Cooper.
We'll try to keep Oral Hershiser from taking over the show.
You know what, man? I get paid the
Fat
same
chance.
either way. That's next on Travis and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hear from a doctor when you've sustained a back injury. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, we like to tell people that the most important thing is to watch and see if that back pain is radiating down your leg, causing any numbness, causing any weakness, or any bowel or bladder dysfunction. These are surgical problems usually and require a more urgent visit to the emergency room rather than waiting to see the doctor. If none of these signs are present, it's safe to wait it out, rest for a few days, and seek medical care from your doctor within a week or so. Hope that helps. Keep stretching your back. If that doesn't get better in a week or 10 days, that's when it's time to seek the orthopedic specialist. Hope this keeps you on the field, and keep listening. We'll be back soon.
Keep listening for more on the road to recovery right here on 710 ESPN.
Is it time to downsize? Selling your home doesn't have to be a hassle. With Seller's Advantage, skip agents, commissions, and costly repairs. Get a fair, competitive cash offer without worrying about the details falling through. Chris Chavez, a real customer, says, quote, Seller's Advantage offered me more than I expected. The process was fast, easy, and much better than using a realtor. End quote. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Hey, it's Steve Farr. Is there a sporting event you always wanted to go to but never had time to plan? That's where Absolute Sport comes in. They handle everything, tickets, hotels, VIP access, so you can just live in the moment and enjoy the experience. And because of their trusted league and travel partnerships, they can get you the best deals and actually save you money. So what are you waiting for? Visit us.absolute-sport.com. That's ABSOLUT-sport, and make your sports dream a reality.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text TAP to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text TAP to 321-321. That's TAP to 321-321.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
But
I think there's a but. I think there's a but, but not a big but. It's a little narrow but.
The Travis and DeMarco Show rolls on.
On LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
Oh, my God. Yes. Do you like DMX? I miss DMX.
I love sort of the concept of DMX and like the persona of DMX. I loved him in Seagal movies. Remember, he started popping up in Steven Seagal movies.
Yeah, he had a nice run.
He did
at the silver screen. This is what I call the heavy metal genre of hip hop.
It kind of is.
It's
actually
extreme. Yeah,
X gonna give it to you.
Right. There's only one reason for this music: put a helmet on and go hit people. That's what I mean. Or go boxing. He's trying to get you all fired up. But anyway, we're trying to figure out: is this the Mark Williams revenge game, and who is he mad at?
Yeah, Mark Williams, for those unaware, the Lakers are hosting the Hornets tonight, and Mark Williams has been, I believe, listed as probable by the Hornets.
Probable.
Which, A, is them formally acknowledging he is back with the team, because for a while he had been kind of like, remember in Superman when the three villains got put in the Phantom Zone?
Yeah.
And they were in that, like,
We're
thin...
gonna get you, Jarrell!
Yeah. Jarrell! They're in that thin sheet of glass just floating around space.
Yes.
That's kind of what Mark Williams was.
That used to terrify me.
It scared the living bleep out of me.
I used to look up in
kid.
bed like this thing's coming for me.
Because also the three of them are in there and they're screaming and they've got their hands
and then
up.
It goes sideways and it's thin.
Yes.
And you're like, oh my God, terrifying.
Okay. The crap out of me.
I love it.
When I was little.
Yes. Okay, go ahead.
But Mark Williams is probable for this game, which is A, the Hornets acknowledging he is with the team. B, without coming out and saying it, I think this is the Hornets acknowledging this is over. We're not going to be fighting this anymore. We're moving forward. Like, you don't put
We're not going to fight what was their argument? That you failed him on purpose? We got hosed?
Well,
what's the argument there?
They've never actually, and this was something interesting revealed by Adam Silver during the All-Star game. By the way, what's on tap on 710, thanks to Michelob Ultra, the Lakers are back on the court tonight versus the Hornets. Coverage beginning at 5:30 p.m. Beto Duran, tip-off at 7. Hear it on your afternoon drive on 710 ESPN or in crystal clear digital audio on the all-new ESPN LA app. Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, only worth it if you enjoy it. The Hornets have never officially lobbied anything dirty against the Lakers because they never formally filed a protest.
Okay.
Like, the reporting had made it sound like the Hornets were officially challenging this. I'm guessing now that they had...
Challenging what?
Challenging the veracity of the Lakers failing this physical, challenging whether or not they did whatever they did in good faith.
Yeah. Why would they do that? It never made sense.
It's going to be almost impossible for them to prove.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I guess you had to say something, and it went nowhere.
Well, I imagine the Hornets are mad about this. I'm sure they are. But he is going to be back on the court tonight. Mark Williams, maybe just mad at everybody. Mad at the Lakers, mad at the Hornets, mad at everyone.
I told you, man, I'd be trying to dunk on everybody.
Yeah.
Because I think of all teams, of all parties involved, he looks the worst out of everyone.
Oh, he is.
And your career is damaged from here on out.
So damaged. I feel bad for Mark Williams in all
I don't
honesty.
know him well enough to feel bad for him, but it is what it is. He has missed a lot of basketball.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm not shocked that he failed a physical. But now that we all know it, it's been talked about, in relation to the Luka trade, when you talk about Luka being here, the next thing you talk about is him. So no one comes out more soiled than him. So if I'm him playing here tonight, I'm dunking on everyone. I may throw the ball at JJ. Yeah, I'm serious.
JJ Redick catching strays.
I can't throw one at Rob Pelinka. They'll put me in handcuffs. But JJ, I think I can get away with.
Or the ball just slips out of your hand into the second row.
She knows what I'm talking about, right?
I kind of feel like once you throw a ball at anybody on the bench, you're risking the handcuffs. So to me, the juice is worth the squeeze more if you're Mark Williams if you go at Pelinka.
Okay.
If you're going to get kicked out of the game and put in the proverbial, if not literal, handcuffs, you might as well make it worth your while.
No doubt. Yeah, that's true. But I mean, even if he doesn't cross the line, I'd be out here trying to show and prove.
And in the meantime, you mentioned JJ Redick. He said yesterday during Lakers practice that Luka's minutes restriction may not be officially off tonight versus the Hornets, but they are expecting that we are going to be pretty soon where we see him playing, no restrictions whatsoever, get him up to 30-plus minutes, 35.
Good.
And this is also coming at a time, tonight's game, Gabe Vincent, Jackson Hayes, Dorian Finney-Smith, they are all available. Hopefully Gabe, DFS, and Vando have their respective minutes limits lifted because this is a critical piece of the season for the Lakers. These next 30 games, the Lakers are tied with the Clippers for fifth toughest remaining strength of schedule. Their remaining opponents have won between them 53.2% of their games. Teams 2 through 4 in that rankings, 53.3.
I heard you say that, and the first thing I thought was, well, who has the easiest road to the playoffs? Who's playing like non-winning teams from here on out? Who gets the cherry pick?
You want to hear something that's just going to piss off Laker fans?
Yeah.
One of the easiest remaining.
Don't let me guess.
Don't say
Celtics.
Denver. It's the Celtics?
It's the Celtics.
Oh,
well, it's tough. No, Denver's up there with the Lakers.
Tough road.
Yes.
Okay, the Celtics have an easy
Celtics
walk to
are
it.
something
oh,
like
my
27th
God.
or 28th.
I kind of like it.
It's because it's in the East.
Yes.
And they also even had an easier road to the championship last year. They did win the championship. You fought a very tough team in the Mavericks in the finals last year. But, the East is easier.
And they're good.
And they're good.
Like they're very, very,
last
very
year,
good.
I hate saying it. I mean, the Celtics beat the crap out of the West last year, too.
You hate Boston?
I was not raised, I didn't grow up on Showtime Lakers.
Yeah.
So I didn't grow up with the rivalry.
Okay.
And it's interesting. I remember hearing Kobe talk about this. This was before or around the time that in 2008 and then 2010 that the Lakers and Celtics met in the finals.
Yeah.
But Kobe, who really did grow up on Showtime and, his grandfather used to send in the VHS tapes when he was in Italy of these games. He was a basketball historian.
Cost a lot of money.
Well, I mean, they got
VHS
that jelly
tapes were big and heavy.
They got them jelly bean money.
Yeah, that's true.
Jelly bean played in the league. But Kobe used to talk about how even while playing with the Lakers, when he entered the league, the Celtics were going through periods of largely not being that good.
They're still Boston, though, residual.
But the rivalry didn't really mean much to him organically until they met in the finals.
Oh, okay.
To him, the Kings or the Spurs, they felt like more of a rival to him.
Well, yeah.
Because those were the teams he played.
You had to go through them to get there.
Yes.
That makes sense. But, I mean, look, there's a hatred of Boston that I have, that I was born with. Can't stand it. Can't stand them. But I have to say this.
Because the Lakers are just sports in general.
Because of the Laker-Boston rivalry. When I was coming up, I'm watching, McHale, Parrish, Bird do these things to my favorite athletes. They clothesline Kurt Rambis. I went completely bonkers in the living room. Yeah, I hated him. You know what I'm saying? So I hate Boston. But this might be the most likable Boston Celtics team I've ever seen in my life. Name the villain on that team. I don't think they have one. You can talk all you want about Tatum because he's boring, but he's not a villain.
The real villain is Boston sports fans.
Right. But this is the most likable team I've ever seen.
They do not have anybody on that team with a particularly abrasive personality. Like Drew Holiday is one of the most likable guys in the league. Jaylen Brown, I think, is a really likable guy. He's a really smart guy. Kristaps Porzingis has never done anything to anyone.
There's nothing to hate about him.
What's to hate about Al Horford?
Besides the uniform they wear, there's nothing to boo. You know, like Bird back in the day. It wasn't that you hated Bird. It's the guy you hate loved him. So I have to dislike Bird.
But are there any great hateable players in the NBA these days?
Oh, there's a few. Yeah, some of them might play for your team. That's why you can't say.
I mean, there are plenty of people who hate LeBron.
KD. Oh my God.
KD. There are people who don't like Jimmy Butler.
Here, I'll say one. Draymond Green. Even Warriors fans hate him.
Oh, Draymond is, I think, the premier villain in the NBA right now.
Big time. And the one that's a poser is it Dylan Brooks?
Dylan Brooks is very much disliked.
Yeah, but
he's kind of Draymond,
but he's not good enough,
right?
To be like Bird level.
I didn't want to throw it under the bus, but you know what I mean. Yeah, he's kind of posing as that. But yeah, I mean, it's a rivalry. It is. It is what it is. So I hope it gets rekindled. But the only way that does is you have to meet them in the finals. And then it becomes what we grew up on.
Well, for what it is worth, I think the general consensus is, and it's obviously based off a very small sample size, that the Lakers are better equipped to get into the finals to face Boston than they had been pre-Luka.
If the Lakers go from here, if Luka and his menace restriction, that's all lifted, and he starts playing like Luka, and LeBron, and I got some things to say about LeBron, but that's later on. I hope it's not true that he's upset.
Well,
but if those two guys become what we think they can become, and they go from this point to the finals and meet the Celtics, they should be favored because it's a tougher road, and Luka and LeBron are balling. Yeah.
Well, you know what, DeMarco? Why wait till later to talk about the things that you have on your mind about LeBron? Why don't we talk about that next? Coming up, Travis and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Mason.
Were pressed?
I used to be able to, but I haven't done it in so long.
I've not done a cartwheel in a really long time. I'm sure I can.
The biggest show on the radio, weekdays at noon.
On 710 ESPN.
Next Gen is the official AC, heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. Next Gen is the absolute best in the biz with thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Clogged drain? No problem. Call Next Gen today to book your $88 drain cleaning. That's right. For just $88, you'll receive a professional drain cleaning to keep your home flowing smoothly all season long. Call 833-3-NEXTGEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN for your $88 drain cleaning.
NEXGEN, call 833-3NEXTGEN.
Hey guys, it's Sedano at Los Angeles International Airport. Changes are arriving daily to help reduce traffic, save travelers time, and transform the travel experience. The LAX Economy parking structure is now open with thousands of smart parking spaces, as well as hundreds of EV charging stations. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding, and in the future, the People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro. For more information, go to their website, flylax.com/transforminglax. That's flylax.com/transforminglax.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. And our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you. From sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Right now, get our value bowl combo for only $8.99. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Enjoy President's Day savings all month long at Carden Alleyway Hyundai. Purchase a brand new 2025 Hyundai Santa Fe SC for just 2.49% APR for 36 months. Plus, enjoy peace of mind driving with America's best warranty and Hyundai Assurance Program. Visit us today at Carden Alleyway Hyundai, just off the 91 freeway, or online at CardenAlleyWayHyundai.com. On approved credit, 0 security deposit, 60 payments of $17.74 per $1,000 financed. Expires March 3rd, 2025.
Located in the heart of downtown Los Angeles, Crypto.com Arena is pulling back the curtain and unveiling new behind-the-scenes VIP tours, which offer an exclusive look inside one of the world's most iconic sports and entertainment venues. Expert guides will lead small groups through spaces that have hosted legendary sports championships, world-renowned concerts, and epic award shows. Guests will also explore the venue's VIP areas and experience the arena's latest renovations. For more info, visit cryptoarena.com/tours.
There are some things you wouldn't mind being stuck with, like a large unexpected inheritance. An always on the verge of death phone that has to be plugged in just right so it charges is not one of those things. Switch to Verizon and we'll pay off your old phone. Up to $800 via prepaid MasterCard so you can get a new one. Just trade in any phone from our top brands on any unlimited plan. With new line on My Plan. Additional terms apply for trade-in and pay off your phone offer. See Verizon.com for details.
As of 9 a.m. this morning, our EV trucking company is officially in operation.
Andrew's zero-emission trucks are driving the transportation category forward.
We'll make driving safer, easier, and less stressful. Now our technology needs to keep up with demand.
He needs to put pedal to the metal on hiring more software engineers.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
You're from over there, I'm from over here. We're sitting in this hot tub together. What do you like to drink?
No.
See?
No.
No? Not at all? Come on.
No.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Yeah. This is me talking to myself when I'm like on that 5th mile and it's hot outside and I want to quit. Yep.
This to me has just become the Russell Westbrook song. Like, remember he put out that video of himself in his car driving around.
I don't know where to put him
because
he's still balling. I mean,
he's been good in Denver.
It was just a mess here. It just didn't work. I hope this does not his time in LA. I hope it does not affect his legacy too much.
I think once the dust has settled and there's a little more distance, it won't. I mean, there's only so much it can really affect his legacy. The guy's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's only so much damage that can be done when you know that you have a glide path to the Hall of Fame.
He's just not going to change who he is or how he plays for anyone, and you got to respect that. Yeah.
No, Russell Westbrook. I remember I asked him after, well, he only did one exit interview with the Lakers because he was traded mid-season during the second one.
Yeah.
But I asked him about, like, the adjustments that Frank Vogel was asking of him. I'm like, are you embracing them as opposed to just doing them? Because, you know, there's a difference between embracing what's being asked.
I'm doing what you're asking, or I'm actually trying to, I got you.
And Russ said to me, not only am I embracing it, nobody on this team is adjusting more than me, which was I know.
It
was hilarious because I'm watching him going like, dude, you're not adjusting a damn thing. Like, you're playing exactly like you always play. But in his mind, in Russell Westbrook's mind, he's adjusting a lot.
What if you did? What if you let Russ be Russ and you adjusted to his game?
It wouldn't have worked on that. I mean,
it would just what you did.
You can't adjust.
Really?
You can't at the time adjust to your third best player. Like, that makes no sense.
But if you let Russ be Russ, is he really your third best player?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
Is there ever a scenario where you can see that LeBron and Luka would turn it over to Austin Reeves?
Well,
because if he's got it going, get out of the way.
Interesting you say that.
Yeah.
This is actually, I remember Brian mentioned this on Locked On Lakers podcast, available 5 days a week everywhere you get your podcast, Monday through Friday. Always free, and for the sickos who like to watch, there is a YouTube component.
I love when you just go blank and do that. But go ahead. Just go.
Instant mode.
Go. Yeah.
He made this observation. I hadn't thought about this way, but it actually is true and makes sense. Like the idea of LeBron's willingness to give up the ball more to Luka. He's been giving up the ball more this season to Austin Reeves.
Yeah.
And like in the playoffs against the Grizzlies in particular, there was a series where he gave up the ball a lot in the fourth quarter to Reeves. If he's willing to do that to Austin Reeves, one would think he'd be willing to do that for Luka Doncic.
Well, I mean, I guess that speaks to your point. Basketball IQ, where would you put LeBron? At the top?
He is in the 1% of the 1% of the 1%.
Yeah, and less ego on the floor, so to speak. If you got the hot hand, he's going to feed you, right?
Generally speaking, LeBron is up for setting up teammates.
So I guess that in Russell's mind, he's doing everything you ask. But what we're seeing is you're just not as good as you used to be.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just not working.
You had thoughts that you wanted to share, though, about LeBron.
Oh, no.
You had things on your mind.
I'm pausing because there was some stuff that was said in confidence that I'm not going to even come close to. But if it's true, I would be so disappointed in a guy that good, that great, that rich, that loved by so many people that because there's another guy in the room that is as good as you and younger, your mood changes. That would bother me. That would really, really just get my goat. I'll give you, for instance, saw it firsthand, another sport, almost the same thing. Running back Trey Mason was the guy before they drafted Todd Gurley.
Mm-hmm.
He was set to start. He was set to start. He was so excited. The Rams drafted Todd Gurley, and he went south. Never heard from him again. Just could not handle competition in the room. That would bother me so much. It really would, if it's just that. Because he's getting more pictures, more interview requests, more letters in the mailbox. If he is more popular than I am, I can't function or I start to pout. That would drive me crazy.
So
I wouldn't want to know that.
So
if that's
two
true.
things on that. First of all, for those unaware, and this is my favorite thing about Trey Mason, he is the son of Mace from De La Soul.
Correct.
Like that is one of the most random, delightful facts in NFL history.
Had a great, great bar in the Gorilla song. Yes,
right.
Feel good. Yeah.
Second part of this, though, what you're alluding to is the idea that LeBron, for whatever reason or variety of reasons, unhappy with how the Luka trade happened, what it signifies about Luka now being the priority over him, that he would actually test free agency this offseason or leverage the idea that he could lead into, I guess, passively aggressively.
There's that word again.
Regaining hand within the organization or trying to get more things that he wants, like create the threat of a LeBron exit.
I love you, and you're into this way more than I am. But if you find out for a fact that that's true, don't tell me.
This would be like learning Santa. Are there any kids
don't
listening?
Don't tell me. That's what I'm saying. I'd rather believe in the illusion then, because that would be just so weak. Really.
It would.
You're in year 22, my man. What did you think?
Right.
And how much more of this do you need?
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
First of all, I get the idea that, if LeBron finds it at minimum weird or jarring that this type of deal would be made without him being in the loop. But by all accounts, this was what was necessary to bring in Luka. Nico Harrison, I think above everything else, including the return for Luka, wanted silence. Like, he did not want a mess.
Fair.
He did not want a mess while Luka was on the roster.
And I wouldn't mess it up either if I was Rob Pelinka.
This is what was required. I would like to think that LeBron, who's been involved, not just in the NBA for 22 years in big deals within the league, he's been involved in big deals with business. Like, he understands sometimes you have to do things a certain way that isn't going to please everybody. But the result of this was you get Luka Doncic as a teammate. Like, it's not like they salary dumped Anthony Davis. Like that, if you're LeBron, I get being pissed.
We're giving you a generational superstar.
We are, in theory, making things better. Does it signal that somebody else is now officially the future for this team? Yes, but guess what? Earlier this season, Rich Paul and LeBron were saying LeBron should not be the priority when you're thinking about moves. Anthony Davis should be the priority because LeBron is 40.
Yeah.
He's only got so many years left. You should be thinking about the younger guy. If that applies to Anthony Davis, it applies to Luka Doncic or anybody else you'd be bringing in.
Yes.
But here's the other thing. Where's LeBron going to go? He's not leaving.
If you take money off the table and all the economics and machinations of player movement in the NBA and what it means, I think LeBron can pick his own shot.
But he'd have to take a lot of money off the table.
He's got a ton of money.
Right, but he's never taken money off the table, even though he's had all this other money before.
Emily, can you do me a favor? Did Chris Long play for free 1 year?
I'll look it up.
Yeah, I think he did.
Son of Howie?
Son of Howie. I think Chris Long actually played.
UVA graduate.
UVA grad. I think he played for free or gave his money away for a year or something like that. So if LeBron decided it ain't about money, I just want to go there, where would you put him to where he could inflict max damage on the Lakers? And we said, what if you put him with Wemby? You're Yeah,
that would be. Well, I mean, that would just be interesting, like the symbolism of it all, like the new face with the old face. You get LeBron. I was going to say, I don't know the future with Greg Popovich, but I think the opportunity to coach those two might, if nothing else, bring Pop to an associate role on the coaching staff, something like that.
Teaming up with Steph in Golden State.
See, I feel like if he wanted to do that, he would have done that by now.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Maybe now it's different. Now that you have Luka, so
LeBron doesn't want to leave LA. Like he does. He's got a setup here. He clearly likes it. If he wanted to leave, he would have had better reasons earlier to leave than this.
I don't want him to. I don't think he wants to leave. It's just the pouting part. I'm like, dude, they just handed you a gift.
But here's the other reason.
I would ride Luka straight to it, like five in a row with this dude.
So just to circle back to Chris Long, he didn't play for free, but he donated all of his game checks to 2 scholarship funds in Charlottesville for September game checks. The rest of the season, he donated to educational equity.
So if LeBron wanted to do the same thing and just go play someplace else.
I mean, he could. Thank you. He could do that. But like the truth is, I don't think LeBron's going anywhere. But even if he was to leave, it is by definition a big deal if LeBron leaves your team. I'm not going to pretend that it doesn't matter. But the truth is, you are only going to do this with LeBron if you're the Lakers for so much longer anyway.
Right.
Like there's a finite timeline for how long he can be here,
and
which lowers the threat of him leaving. Like at some point, you're doing the exit anyway.
And I would stick it to them and play 5 more years with Luka and win 4 championships and dominate the league.
I mean, if LeBron is that mad, I guess
if you, like I said, if you find definitive proof that he's upset by this, do not tell me.
Okay.
Yes. I want to believe Jordan can fly. I want to believe LeBron James is the most competitive person on the planet. That's why he's played 22 years.
Coming up, we are going to enter the far side with DeMarco Farr and also 877-710 ESPN, 877-710-3776. If you are caller 10, you will receive autographs from Robert Horry and Michael Cooper on Friday at Legends Addicts Meet and Greet event. Travis and DeMarco Show, Andy Kamenetsky in for Travis, 710 ESPN.
What's up, kiddos? It's Clinton Yates, the Big CY. You've seen me on your television. You've read what I write because I am first and foremost a journalist. And that's why I'm on live 5 days a week from 7 to 9 a.m. on Clinton and Friends. On my new show, we're going to talk about what I find interesting in the sports world, from college coaches that think they're bigger than the sport to who I will pay to go see live. So pop that radio on early before Travis and DeMarco and make Clinton and Friends part of your daily routine from 7 to 9 a.m. on ESPN 710, kiddos.
Hey, LA, let's talk trash. Food waste, that is. Tossing your food scraps in the regular trash sends them to landfills where they release harmful gases like methane. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, it's easy, it helps protect our planet. Ready to do your part? Visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message funded by Cal Recycle.
Hey, it's D4. The best sports strips aren't just about the game. It's about the whole experience. With Absolute Sport, that experience is built around you. Whether it's an El Clasico match followed by a night in Madrid, or a company outing at the U.S. Open, they'll customize everything to fit your perfect trip. If your event has a ticket, they'll build a package around it. So what are you waiting for? Visit us.absolute-sport.com. That's ABSOLUT-sport and make your dream trip a reality.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website.
ms.com/JOY.
You unlock this door with a key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into the land of shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've crossed over into the far side.
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far
Let's
side.
Go.
It is the middle ground between light and shadow.
Do you know what helped?
4 or 5 hour ride.
I jumped in the ocean. It helped.
Between science and superstition.
I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel fast. I want to feel naked out there.
And it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. The far side.
I gotta put my glasses on to read stuff. I hate this. I do. I can't stand it. Hate that. AK, number one. The thing with Beto. When was that? Last week?
Mm-hmm.
You got caught up in that. Remember?
Yes.
I said your name during that.
Yes.
We talked about that.
Yeah,
so
we squashed it all.
I
It's
feel
good.
bad because I think he caught the wrath and it started.
I figured that might have been the case.
It was a build. It was a build.
I did not want to even go back there, revisit it, because I just figured it's all smoothed over.
It is. It's all good. It's all good. It was all good when it was happening,
Right.
after it happened, but it started with you because we
Yes.
went to break and we
Right.
talked about that very same thing, right?
Yes. And like I said, at the time, I was not, because I don't gatekeep fandom. I don't tell people the right or wrong way to be a fan. I genuinely did not know that you grew up rooting for the Lakers.
We
because
talked,
you're
we
from
hashed,
because
yes.
you're from Northern California.
Right.
There was no reason to assume that. And you and I have talked about many things that had just never come up.
You know how much heat I used to catch because you're from Missouri, right? So I was the only guy. I got into arguments on the radio with Joe Buck because we were talking about the NBA was hot, and Kobe was hot. I wanted to talk about the Lakers in St. Louis. They didn't.
Right.
They wanted to talk about hockey.
Or the Cardinals.
But it was hockey versus basketball. And the NBA was hot, the NHL was the NHL. And we had Buck on. So I thought Buck would be a guy more level-headed than the two knuckleheads I'm talking to. Hey, Joe Buck, hot playoff game in the NBA or a regular season hockey game? He chose hockey.
Of course he did. Well, Joe Buck is from St. Louis.
I know.
I actually he graduated
Yes.
high school. I believe I was a freshman when he was a senior.
Yes.
I did not know him well, but I knew him a little bit. He was always really nice. He's always been a nice guy.
No doubt. So I've been doing this for a while, this whole Lakerdom. So we talked about it, and Beto, it happened. So you got caught up. I know your name was in there, so I'm sorry. But that's not. This is the far side. How old are your kids now?
I only have one.
Okay.
That I'm aware of.
Okay. Good for you.
Andy.
Great for you.
My daughter's 13.
13. Okay. When did you move past we can keep Comet under the sink?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because it just happened to me.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, no.
No, it's cool, though. I mean, we had to keep all the detergents up
no,
and away.
No.
Yeah.
It's great that you've moved past this. I'm going back in time to that period where you had to be worried about them trying to eat everything.
Or putting the little plastic pieces in the outlets just in case they stick their little fingers in there. Locking up cabinets. So we finally, this is the last vestige of little kiddom. We have put the Comet under the sink.
Bold victory over the far house.
We have done it. Yes. I said, see this? You know this is Comet, right? Yes. You can't eat this, right? I know that, Dad. Yay!
I remember the first time I saw my daughter crawl.
Yeah.
And I went from this moment of real excitement, like, oh my God, that's amazing, to realizing, okay, she can now get around.
She's gone mobile.
I have to watch her at all times. Because you know this, when they're infants, particularly before they even know how to roll over, but when they're just pre-crawling.
Yeah.
There are times when you need to do something.
Yeah.
And they want you. And it's like, all right, you know what? I'm going to put you down. And I'm going to do the thing that I want. You're going to cry or whatever, but you can't do anything about it.
Right.
You're just going to be
right there,
lying there.
You're going to be loud, and that's it. Yes.
Once they can start crawling,
your life changes.
Right. Then you have to keep an eye on them at all times.
Everything.
Yes.
Everything. So we took the last outlet plug out. That was years ago. And yesterday we did the Comet thing, so we're so happy. We made it as parents. We celebrated. We did. We had a toast. Middle of the night. We did. Just the two of us. It was great.
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
That is nice.
But if I had a chance to fly away from her, I would.
How old is she?
Who?
The daughter.
She will be 10 in April.
I'm trying to think of the most polite way to say this.
What?
It took your daughter till 10 to realize don't eat the Comet?
No, I think she was ready for it
okay.
years ago. It's just us as parents.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like,
we're finally comfortable with that. Yeah.
I don't want to insult a child, but it shouldn't take till 10 to
No,
realize
she can
don't
cook
eat the
now.
Comet.
We let her cook.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So really the problem is it's probably been 3 or 4 years that you weren't giving your daughter enough credit.
Well, I was cleaning something with the
Okay.
Comet, right? And then I went to put it back, and I put it up, and I'm like, why am I putting it up here? Oh!
I bet she has been wondering for years.
Why am I doing this?
Dad,
Yes.
Does Dad actually think I'm going to eat the Comet?
Yes.
I'm 10.
See, we're reorganizing everything. Everything's going under the counter, under the sink now. You know where it is. You know what it is. You can stay away from it.
It is, though. I remember the times when you had to put everything out of their reach.
Everything away,
Because
yes.
they will grab everything. They will put everything in their mouth.
Yes.
Like they try to taste or chew on or whatever.
Absolutely.
Everything.
I think one of my childhood things is a milk bone. Yeah. I think I tried to eat a milk bone. Yeah.
In fairness,
Yeah.
they look good.
It did. It looked like a biscuit.
They look like a cookie.
Thought I'd try it. Yeah.
They absolutely look like. You know what actually was? I would say the most recent thing that I had to think about. Okay, make sure A, my daughter can't find it, but B, reach it. The gummies.
Wait, the gummies?
The gummies.
You got to put those away. Yeah,
because
yeah.
those look like candy.
Those never come down. Yeah,
But
yeah,
there
yeah.
was the place that I used to live in before the house we live in now did not have central AC.
Okay.
And I learned the hard way that gummies will sometimes melt. And
yeah.
I remember I had one time a pouch and I opened it up and it was one large gummy. So I started putting the gummies in the fridge because that was the best place I could keep them from melting.
What did you do with the big pouch of melted gummy? How did you? Did you throw it away?
No.
So some days
I eyeballed it as best I could, cut them up into smaller gummies.
Some days were better than others.
Yeah, exactly. There were some days where I realized
God.
exactly what 5 milligrams meant or did not mean.
I am so proud.
I kept these gummies in the fridge.
Yes.
And then one day it dawned on me, like, okay, she's almost getting tall enough that she can reach that top shelf in the fridge.
Yeah.
I got to be careful about this because she might just think they're candy.
You have to keep that up and away.
Right,
Oh,
like
yeah.
she
No
might
doubt.
think actually that it's candy gummies that I'm specifically keeping from her because I don't want her to have candy.
There was one time, I forgot this. We were celebrating, and we had a friend come up, and it was his stepson. And he was sitting with us at a restaurant, and the kid's behavior got worse and worse and worse, and we couldn't figure out why. So at the time, our drink of choice were rum and Cokes, Captain and Diet, all around. Well, he was having Coca-Cola. And he mixed up the drinks, and we didn't know it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and not my responsibility, not my kid. But, why is this kid acting up, and we come to find out the kid got hammered.
How many rounds did this kid
Who
have?
knows? But by the time we knew, he was, hammered already.
How old a kid are we talking?
Donovan must have been 11? Maybe.
11-year-old having multiple rounds of Captain and Diet.
It's dark in there. The only way you knew drink from Coca-Cola, because the cups didn't change. The red straw, the red little cocktail straw.
Yep.
Well, as a kid, if you're not watching him, they will drink anything.
I'm surprised that the kid didn't think that his Coke tasted bad.
He liked it. He kept drinking. A kid that small, it probably took 2 sips. But, why is this kid, running off at the mouth? Now he's falling down. Oh, my God. He just threw up.
And then that kid got put in rehab.
He's hammered. Right. This kid is hammered. We have to go check, please. Yeah. Wow. Oh, yeah. He may call in. He listens to the show.
If you are listening, former 11-year-old alcoholic, please call in 877-710-ESPN.
He turned out to be a great young man.
Listen,
He's awesome. What?
11, alcoholic is a strong word here, but
yeah.
when
it was a gateway.
When I was younger, And, there was parties at the house.
Yeah.
My dad, sorry, Dad, I'm outing you. But, there were sometimes there was a beer there and, we would chug it.
Well, a lot of times parents think it's
Latinos, it's sorry, it happens.
A lot of times parents think it's cute to get their kids tipsy when they're like 10 or 11.
Really?
They think it's funny.
My mom hated, not tipsy, I'm not trying to say my dad gave us alcohol. Okay, do not come after my dad. I'm just saying, at a carne asada, sometimes, they would, because my dad hasn't drank for a long time. But when I was younger, he did like to drink. And sometimes they would get tipsy themselves, and the beer was there, and we would grab, and, they didn't necessarily be like, oh, that's not a Coke, it's a beer,
My parents don't drink at all, but they had alcohol in the house basically for friends if they came over.
Yeah.
Except most of their friends don't drink either.
That's my parents now.
So
you never know.
This liquor cabinet was basically stocked for nobody until I became old enough to be interested in the alcohol. I basically drank over several years their entire liquor cabinet.
You drank them dry?
They never knew because
you would put water.
I would put water in there.
My brother did that.
And they never knew because none of their friends ever drank. They never drank. It took until, I want to say it was like a freshman or sophomore in college.
So they just never checked.
They never had a...
Reason to
they
check.
had plenty of reasons
Does the water thing work?
Yes.
Because if your parents drink, they're going to know.
No. My parents didn't drink. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Yeah. So my brother did it. Until my aunt from God knows where came into town, and my mom was like, "Oh, let's break out the bottles," because
they did water.
And then they tried it, and they were like, "Bleh."
They did not realize it until they were hosting some type of school function at our house, and this was people that weren't their friends and did drink. And all of a sudden, they're basically pouring water. for all of
my
these people
God!
Because I drank their entire liquor
How old
cabinet.
were you?
I was anywhere from age 13 to 18.
Oh, my gosh.
17, 18,
You're
something
still
like
in butt whooping range. Yeah, for doing that. Oh, my God.
I put them in a very awkward position.
In front of the neighbors.
All right, coming up next, a very special announcement from 710 ESPN. We've got something that we want to put out there that we are very proud of. That is coming up next. Travis and DeMarco Show, 710 ESPN.
The fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cap.
Weekdays after Mason in Ireland.
Down in Miami where I live, we would start our nights at a Wet Willie's or Fat Tuesdays or whatever, and have one of those.
Wet Willie's.
Yeah, have one of those terrible.
I left it alone on purpose.
I mean, that was the name of the place. Ludacris had it in one of his songs, Wet Willie's on Miami Beach.
Wet Willie's on Miami Beach.
Sedano and Cap today at 3 p.m.
on 710 ESPN.
For employers looking for their star players, ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology works fast to find qualified candidates for your job, and you can invite your top choices to apply. It's why over 4 million businesses have used ZipRecruiter to hire, and why 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within 1 day. Time for a full court press in your hiring game? Try for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. That's ZipRecruiter.com/LA.
So Mark Real from Real Fathers writes, I always say on the air, you have to have the right family law firm that is going to get you the happiness you deserve and the justice you deserve.
Really, the legal system is designed and set up for fathers to fail. I set out to create a firm and to create something that would help all men navigate that successfully.
We have a new phone number for Real Fathers Rights.
833-ESPN-710.
And RFR710.com.
Yes, RFR710.com.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement, and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show, now mornings 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Uh-oh.
Well, it's official.
Woo.
Literally everyone else, not like us.
Oh, there
not
you go.
like us.
There we are.
ESPN Los Angeles is officially the #1 most followed sports station in the world. Not like America. We're not just conquering America. We're not even just conquering North America and South America. Whole world.
Is it Todo el Mundo? Is that it?
Todo el mundo.
There you go. The whole world.
We can scratch out that sign instead of America. It's the world.
World domination, people.
Wow. Thanks to you.
Yes.
Thanks to everyone out there. That's awesome.
That is a big piece of it, too. Thank you
Yes.
very, very much, all y'all, for listening, for following along, for helping create the fabric of the community and personality that is ESPN LA. Thank you.
And our social team. We got
and the
Carlo,
social
we got
team.
Parker,
The
we got
fellas behind
Graham,
you.
we got
Yes.
Reese,
There
we
you
got
go.
Anthony, we got who else are we
Josh.
missing? Josh,
They're all a
Lucas.
bunch of like 20-something-year-old kids that are eventually going to rule the world. Look at them
they
back
do an
there, all
awesome job.
smug.
Good job, guys.
Not all of them.
In a 2025 world, those are the last
We
guys
love
you
you
want to
guys.
make mad.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, they have the ability to ruin us all. Yeah,
They
I will,
definitely do.
I will never get on the wrong side of any of them. They could destroy
Oh
me.
my God, yes, and make everybody laugh at the same
I
time.
mean, they probably
Yeah.
know how to create like AI stuff,
Yes.
like deep fakes of me doing really bad things.
Wow, you went there. Okay.
Well, first of all, I want them to know that I know. I want them to know that I'm
Yeah.
onto them. But yeah, they're great
Yeah.
at what they do, and it's awesome.
Absolutely excellent at what they do.
And can
Yes.
only continue to grow. So make sure you stay tuned to all the socials across everything that ESPN Los Angeles has to offer.
Except when they wear Eagles hats when I'm in the room.
Yeah,
I'm looking at you.
yeah,
I see you back
yeah.
there. Yes, sir. I do. Does being #1 scare you? Does being champion scare you, unnerve you? Does it make you nervous at all?
No.
No? Anybody?
Like
Laura?
in this particular setting?
Yeah, being first,
No.
being. Some people don't want to be first. Some people don't want to come in first. It's
Why?
too much pressure.
Okay, I've heard that, but I've
Yeah.
also heard after you become #1, what's next?
Yeah. Well,
You know what I mean?
Stay there as long as
Well, yeah,
possible.
but-
That's the next journey. But some people would rather come in second in a race. Heard this before.
No.
Like this is before Usain Bolt. It's better to come in second in a race because everybody roots for you. The minute you come in first, everybody roots against you.
I am not somebody who is necessarily hardwired to always want to be #1 at everything.
Yeah.
But the prospect of being #1 does not frighten me.
Oh, good. Yeah. Okay. I love that. If it's out there, you should want to win it.
Yeah.
If there's the in-season tournament, I love LeBron's take on it. If it's out there, I want to win it. I like it.
Especially, too. I mean, LeBron, last year when LeBron clearly wanted to win that thing, he wanted to be the finals, the MVP of the IST, now NBA Cup. He recognized if this thing ever truly does become like part of NBA culture, I am now part of the record books.
It won't, though. You think? I bet this thing goes away when Adam Silver leaves.
You know what?
I bet it goes away.
The truth is, we're not going to know for at least 5 to 10 years.
Are you into it? You're a basketball fan?
I am into it in the sense that it juices the regular season games. Like, I mean, most of this tournament is just the season.
Yeah.
In all honesty.
It's, right. With a title.
Right.
Yeah.
With a title in the middle of it, if it creates more urgency for these regular season games, which I do think it has.
Creates more urgency for the players or the fans?
It adds a little for the players for sure.
That's another thing. You got to create tournaments to get them to care. I know. It's all. I'm tired of that argument. But go ahead. Yeah.
I think anything that creates more of a premium on the regular season because it it can be a slog. You're up against, the NFL. You're up against baseball play, the World Series, all this stuff. Anything that I think can add a little juice, a little spice.
Yeah.
And until you get to the Cup final, there's really nothing manufactured about it. Like, again, it's your regular season.
Yeah, it just counts different.
But that to me is also the genius of the setup as far as whether players care or don't care. If you're a team with playoff aspirations, you want to win these games regardless.
Period. End of story. You're right. Does it matter if you win or lose the in-season tournament? When all that matters is a championship.
I mean, the truth is we're not going to know for probably like another 5 or 10 years, maybe even longer, when there's a new generation of NBA fans that this is their norm. And
that this is normal to them?
Right. And like, let's say you're a Laker fan.
Yeah.
And
this might be like new Coke. It's a part of our life.
Yeah,
but we don't talk about it. It went away. Yeah.
It did go away.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see. It might be the new Coke of basketball.
Right.
It might be, I don't know, what's a soda that was new and stuck around?
Is Coke, remember Coke Classic?
Coke Classic.
That brought it back. Now it's just Coke again.
Right,
See?
exactly. Like it becomes normalized. Like it becomes Coke Classic, it's normalized. Like if you're a fan of a team that, let's say, over a 10-year span, wins the NBA Cup 3 times, and it becomes something that you become used to celebrating.
It becomes a thing?
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
We're really not going to know. But what I like about it, though, is that it's not invasive. It doesn't really mess anything up, whether you like it or don't like it. It doesn't hurt anything.
And I hate saying this. It's until something bad happens or until somebody gets hurt going for the cup and ruins a championship season for somebody. Yeah.
All right. So now, Emily, am I supposed to bring on a couple of folks that are holding right now?
Yeah. So last segment, you guys talked about
getting
just
kids
mixing
drunk.
up the
Getting kids hammered.
This is why I was confused. Emily, this is why I was confused. I was wondering for a second if these were the winners like caller 7 and caller 10.
Oh, no.
That's why I was confused.
Oh,
No, stay tuned for more opportunities to do that, though.
We don't advocate getting kids drunk, so don't yell at us.
I did
we
not
don't
know
do that.
if I needed to congratulate David from Van Nuys or David from Van Nuys. Am I about to shame you? David, how are you?
Hey, fellas, good morning. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
So sorry, real quick thing. The first one, I would rather have the in-season tournament than the All-Star game. Now, with that being said, when I was 3-4 years old, roughly, I would always, my mom told me, I would always bother my dad because when they would drink wine, I always thought it was juice, and I kept on bothering my dad. One day, he was so tired where he actually gave it to me, and I drank it. My mom said, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 minutes later, I was nowhere to be found. They ended up finding me like under the table or something, gone, sleeping. She said I was gone for like 12 hours. Like I was just done.
Oh my God!
Apparently, I've been drinking since 3-4 years old.
Heck yeah. Now, I know some parents that used to give their kids Benadryl.
Yeah,
when they weren't sick.
It's the same concept.
Put them to sleep. Yeah.
When we were little, put like a little bit of tequila on the gums. Or rum.
I've heard this. I've heard this before. See, and they go to sleep.
Okay, I remember I said before my parents don't drink.
Yeah.
I was told though once, because I was a terrible sleeper when I was a baby, that they actually bought alcohol to do the gums thing for me.
Oh, no way.
Like it was the rare time where they purchased alcohol because I was such a bad sleeper.
It's a sedative. Yeah.
Jason in L.A. wants to weigh in on childhood drinking. What's up, Jason?
Yeah, how's it going? Congratulations on your worldwide dominance, guys.
Nice. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome. So I was 7 years old, and at a chain restaurant that's red with the bird, and they have a boozy milkshake on that menu still to today.
Yeah.
So I'm 7 and my sister's 4. My parents ordered the normal version, and we ordered the virgin version. And about 2 sips in, my sister goes, I don't like the taste of this. So I end up drinking, we were splitting it. I ended up drinking the full thing.
Oh.
They're almost finished with theirs, and they realize that there's no alcohol in their milkshake. They look over at me, and I go, this is the best damn milkshake.
Wow.
Heck yeah.
He's like, I appreciate the call, Jason.
Yes.
He's like Travolta in Pulp Fiction when he tastes the $5 milkshake.
That's a pretty good milkshake.
Exactly. He is loving this milkshake.
Also, if that was David 100 talking about the wine, which I think it was, I now get the gummies with the tequila infused and all that stuff.
Oh, that's him?
I think it was.
Okay.
And now I get it.
There you go. Wow.
Well, by the way, he deserves congratulations as well. He has been part of turning 710 into the global juggernaut that we are.
That is awesome. Come on now.
It is.
Of the world. Wow.
And one of the reasons that we are a global juggernaut is we are the partner, the radio partner of the Rams. Could that include Aaron Rodgers this coming season? That is next. Travis and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Mason and Ireland.
Can you do a cartwheel, John, if you were pressed?
I used to be able to, but I haven't done it in so long.
I've not done a cartwheel in a really long time. I'm sure I can.
The biggest show on the radio, weekdays at noon.
On 710 ESPN.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. And our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Right now, get our Value Bowl combo for only $8.99. Waba Grill. It's for you.
Hey, LA, let's talk trash. Food waste, that is. Tossing your food scraps into regular trash sends them to landfills where they release harmful gases like methane. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, it's easy, it helps protect our planet. Ready to do your part? Visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message funded by Cal Recycle.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. At Los Angeles International Airport, changes are arriving daily to help reduce traffic, save travelers time, and transform the travel experience. The LAX Economy parking structure is now open with thousands of smart parking spaces, as well as hundreds of EV charging stations. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding, and in the future, the People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro. For more information, go to their website, flylax.com/transforming-LAX. That's flylax.com/transforming-LAX.
You never expect a Hail Mary pass to win and end the game or getting into an accident. Hey, it's Trav with DeMarco.
Only one all-star defense team you can call to defend you. The personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000.
Don't get sacked by others. Joseph will help you achieve the maximum compensation you deserve. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let Joseph and his team score a touchdown for you.
Hey, it's Mace. Want a new game to get excited about? Check out Chumba Casino, your favorite online social casino. It's free to play, no strings attached. Enjoy social casino games like bingo, slingo, and slots and more with new releases every week, whether you're at home or on the go. Play for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. Get started today at ChumbaCasino.com.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
A great lawn is like a great sports team. It takes expertise and a little extra care to really stand out. That's where True Green comes in. They're the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour, so they know a thing or two about keeping grass looking like a fairway. It's more affordable than you think, and they'll even match any competitor's price. Plus, True Green backs it all up with a satisfaction guarantee. Head to TrueGreen.com today. Let the pros do the work while you sit back and enjoy the results.
Finding the right employee for your company is tough. One wrong hire can be a major setback. You're not alone if you face this. A recent survey by Robert Half shows nearly half of hiring managers readily admit to making a bad hire. Luckily, there's a solution. With Robert Half's specialized recruiter's experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can have the right skilled professional in place quickly. We understand what it takes to build winning teams because at Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN.
I want to put my feet in the sand. I want to drink. I want to eat. I want to walk. I want to have the sun on my face. That's it.
Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
All right, it's 10:15, 10:17. Has he landed yet, Travis? Is he in Hawaii?
Probably about an hour. I think it's usually a 6 hour
Okay. If
5 hour.
If he's not sitting with Susan, how do you think he feels right now?
Clenching that armrest. Like he has probably bent the thing.
He needs off this plane.
At minimum, he's put grooves. I mean, it's without Susan.
Yes.
It's heights.
Yes.
He might be next to a chatty stranger.
Oh, my God. Okay, do you think he makes it out of the airport before he has his first drink?
Out of the airport.
Or is he going straight from the gate to the airport bar and then
Travis
to
is way too regimented to waste that time in the airport.
You think so?
There's
Okay.
a set time he needs to get to the hotel.
Yeah.
Because that's the time he's supposed to be at the hotel.
You ever done that after a trip? You go straight to the airport bar even though you're home?
No.
No, never? That's how you know when that trip is long or you're just stressed out. I'm home and I go to the airport
I have
bar.
never done that.
Yeah, once in a blue moon, it'll happen.
Like the flight home is so stressful.
Yes, or the reason what you're about to get into when you get home.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Speaking of stressful situations, that's often been the case for those dealing with Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, yeah.
Not exactly known as the easiest guy in the world to work with.
As of late.
Yes. As of late. Could, however, the Rams get into the Aaron Rodgers business? We're all watching to see if the Rams and Matthew Stafford can work out a deal that keeps Stafford in L.A. Adam Schefter has thoughts.
And we played this yesterday. So just to remind everybody, this is the same thing he played yesterday, but we're going to play it again just to remind everybody.
The biggest storyline is the fact that there are 3 veteran quarterbacks out there with at least 350 career passing touchdowns in the NFL who now have unsettled futures. That's Matthew Stafford, that's Aaron Rodgers, that's Russell Wilson. Matthew Stafford and the Rams, as we tape this Tuesday morning, February 18th, they've been trying to see if they can work out a new contract. And if they can, Matthew Stafford will remain in Los Angeles and he'll remain a Ram. But he's due $35 million this year. None of it is guaranteed. And it's up to those two sides to figure out a number that the Rams can live with, that Matthew Stafford is more comfortable with, that would enable him to continue and finish his NFL career with the Rams. That's the goal, I believe, of both sides. Now, that could change very quickly. If the Rams couldn't get a deal done with Stafford, if they decided to trade him, a lot of ifs involved, then Aaron Rodgers, in my mind, would be thrilled with the idea of going to Los Angeles. And the Rams could probably get him at a lower cost than it would be for Matthew Stafford. They get draft pick compensation back for Stafford. So you could see where the Rams would say, is that a more desired alternative? Again, number one alternative, re-sign Matthew Stafford. That to me is obvious. But if you can't, now we start to get the quarterback dominoes falling, the quarterback carousel turning, and Aaron Rodgers to me would come into play in LA.
Is that really him?
Adam
That sounds like AI Schefter, doesn't it?
AI
Doesn't that sound like AI Schefter a little bit?
It was probably created by those guys in back.
Some
you know, our
editing
social
there.
team.
Sounds like real Adam Schefter
It does?
on his podcast.
Oh, okay. Tell him a joke, make him laugh.
Adam Schefter?
I need to know it's him. You have to prove you're
I've
human.
seen him laugh before.
No, like in that conversation,
Right.
you need to laugh a little bit. But yeah, that's all. Yeah, I agree with everything he said. Out of those 3 guys, it was Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson. Who was the other guy? The third guy. Excuse me. Matthew Stafford's. But I don't put him in that group because I'm like 90% sure he's coming back.
Well, he's also he's clear of the 3.
Yeah.
He's clearly the best.
Unsettled future.
Right.
But this is all if, because nothing's set in stone right now.
But it's up to him. It's really up to Matthew Stafford. That's not unsettled to me. The other 2 guys have to find a team willing to take them. Stafford just has to decide to come back, if that makes any sense.
No,
the Jets don't want Rodgers. I think you're done in Pittsburgh,
I think
right?
what you're saying is Stafford has a predetermined home if he wants it.
Yeah.
Or if he decides that the terms of returning home are good enough.
I don't think the other 2 can say that.
No, it's a genuine mystery where Rodgers and Wilson are going to play next year.
Rodgers and the Jets are done. I'm not sure about the Steelers and
Did you
Wilson.
see that they thanked Rodgers for everything?
Did they really?
Yeah, they put out some type of post thanking Aaron Rodgers for all the great memories.
And it's the classy thing to do
It
on
is
the
the
way
classy
out.
thing to do.
Russ, I think, wants to be back with the Steelers. I don't think the Steelers want Russ.
Okay, well, there you go. See, of the 3, the Rams want Stafford back in the worst way, and just for the right price. So,
and wouldn't you guess that all things being equal, Stafford wants to be back with the Rams?
I would assume. I mean, why would you want to leave?
Well,
you got the run of the place.
You could get more money somewhere else.
Well, you've got a ton of money already.
And also, too.
And you've made a ton of money since you've been here.
And if you're Matthew Stafford, look.
And you're going to get a raise. It may not be into the stratosphere, but they're willing to give you more money.
If I'm Matthew Stafford, and I can't speak for Stafford, I can only speak to how I think I would feel in his position. He is, 36, 37?
Yeah.
Like, it is.
Is there any difference?
I think every year.
But yeah, go ahead.
For him and football. I mean, you tell me.
Yeah.
Was there a difference between
I mean, if he's 36 and playing, if he's 37 and playing, it's almost the same thing. Yeah.
I would imagine, though, it starts getting incrementally harder to do it, though.
Watching him go through his workouts and his pregame routines and stuff, he works hard just to be able to take the field. So that part gets harder, but he can still swing it. So 36, 37 doesn't matter.
I'm not talking about his ability. I'm talking about what it takes to get yourself out there. In the
Takes
same
a
way,
lot. Yeah.
The same way LeBron, like one of the reasons LeBron is 40 is it looks like work more for him now when he's on the court than it used to.
True.
If I'm Matthew Stafford, I'm already stupid rich as it is. My next contract, even if it's just $35 million, a lot of money either way.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to a team that because they're not as good, I'm going to have to work harder to be on the field, work harder to succeed when it's already hard as it is just to make – I don't want to poo-poo the idea of an extra $10 million, but an extra $10 million in the grand scheme of things I don't need.
Agreed.
It's more about the status or the symbolism.
Yeah. If he took the money and like the Cowherd rumor when Stafford to the Giants for pick number 3, if he takes that, you're telling me you're done. Because if you go to New York, a team that's in basically rebuild mode, you're not going to make the season. You're going to get blasted out, and you know it.
Well, this is what's crazy to me about like the idea of that number 3 pick for Stafford, from the Giants.
Yeah,
you could argue. That even makes less sense for the Giants.
But we're talking about the Giants.
Of course.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
But like that is like I think it makes no sense for Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
I think it even makes less sense for the Giants.
It'd be criminal. Are you crazy?
To give up a number 3 if you're the Rams and the Giants call about that, as much as the Rams want Stafford back, you have to at least consider it.
I don't think they're a Stafford away from winning this year.
The Rams or the Giants?
The Giants.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying.
They're like 9 Staffords away.
By the time you're ready to win, he's going to retire. It makes no sense.
It makes zero
no sense at all. But if he took it and just took the cash, okay, look, I don't begrudge any player a ski mask year. Get as much as you can and retire. So if you want to take the money and I'm out, I get you. But that's what that would signal to me. But if you are serious about your legacy, because there are some doubts, and I keep bringing this up with Travis, there are some doubts about his legacy and about his Hall of Fame candidacy going forward. Same with Rodgers. This last run with the Jets, how much will that hurt him?
Oh, I would think none.
I would say the same. But about the Hall of Fame, Torrey Holt's still on the outside looking in. So this whole thing has changed a little bit.
But Aaron Rodgers has won multiple MVPs, neither has Matthew Stafford nor Torrey Holt.
Not at all. That's what I'm saying. It should be easy to get him in. But, I mean, with Stafford, some of that might be in doubt. So if you want to solidify that legacy, the best chance for you to do that is right here on this football team with a coach and a franchise that absolutely loves you.
But the Rams have options. The Rams have options if he decides to go get money somewhere else.
Yeah.
The Rams have an option in Aaron Rodgers, an option that maybe a lot of people, myself included, will not be the most savory to us, but he is a better option than, I don't know, Sam Darnold or go to the draft.
Glad you said that. For every reason you hate him, I don't care. I mean, it's not like I don't care about that, but all the ancillary stuff I could care about. All the culture stuff, he's a cancer. That's fine. This is different. This is a different environment. All I care about is the ability. And he's got the ability, even at this age.
He's got ability
to run the offense and be effective, yes.
Aaron Rodgers, though, I will not pretend that I saw every single Jets game from last year, but the stuff that I did see, Rodgers is not washed, But I didn't think he looked that. But I don't think he looked that good.
Okay, but how much is the Jets? The Jets are a terrible run organization and a terrible team.
They are
the coach.
But we were talking about how much harder it gets for Matthew Stafford just by definition of being 37. When you're Aaron Rodgers, you're in your 40s and coming off an Achilles. There's a certain piece of this that goes beyond just the Jets being lousy. It's he's older and his body is breaking down more.
I saw him up close in New York and how he began that football game, because I was just as curious, does this guy still have it? From the time we saw him in Green Bay till he came here, when the Rams got lucky in the Coliseum, when the Green Bay fumbled the kickoff and they recovered. If you give the ball back to Rodgers, you lose that football game. So seeing him, 5 or 6 times, he still looks like the same guy, even at this age. He's still super competitive and petty. You saw him going after the Rams sideline. That guy still exists.
Oh, he's definitely petty.
Super petty.
Definitely petty.
But in a sports way, like that assassin mode.
Always.
You surround him with the right guys, a good young defense, you can win with him.
And the Rams culture is very strong. They have taken
strong.
other people who have, made noise in other places, come into the Rams organization, and the culture wins out. Sean McVay knows what he's doing, is very smart, won't take any, wins out over people that tend to make a lot of noise.
Look at Emily Hebel selling the Aaron Rodgers era for the Rams.
I think she's thinking ball.
I'm thinking options.
You're thinking ball. Yes.
I'm thinking of play. I think the Rams could win out.
That is rational thought right there.
Aaron Rodgers would be maybe the most unique bridge quarterback in the history of bridge quarterbacks. Like, he is not a guy that you think about as
is
a
he
bridge
a bridge
quarterback.
guy if he takes you to the Super Bowl?
Maybe.
I mean, how many more years can he play?
That's what I mean. Like, he is by definition a bridge quarterback.
Are you still a bridge quarterback if you're a Super Bowl champion and MVP?
Yes.
You're still a bridge quarterback?
Yeah. He's a bridge for the Rams.
I think we'd have to redefine what he is
That's
if he does that.
I mean, Brock Purdy was considered by many to be a bridge quarterback, and he took the team to the Super Bowl. Wasn't Super Bowl winning, but
right.
That's what I mean. Like, Aaron Rodgers would be a one-of-one bridge quarterback.
This is a former Super Bowl champion going back with you. I don't know if you can say that's a bridge quarterback.
He is, by definition, the bridge quarterback is the guy that you bring in.
Is LeBron a bridge forward? Was he a bridge forward in Miami?
He's been here too long. LeBron has been here too long to be the bridge guy. If they brought in LeBron,
is Luka a bridge player right now?
Oh, they hope he is. Well, he's in his prime, though. He's in his prime.
Right.
The bridge guy is the old guy that's just there to, usher a couple of seasons before you land on the real guy.
I know what the definition of bridge, but, I mean, if that guy takes you to a Super Bowl and is MVP of the league and Super Bowl MVP, we can't call him a bridge guy.
It'd be pretty crazy.
We have to
call right now,
name.
877-710-ESPN, 877-3776, caller 7. You will receive autographs from Big Shot Bob and Hall of Famer Michael Cooper on Friday at Legends Attic and meet and greet event at Legends Attic on Friday. We will all be there. Coming up next.
You didn't mess up your plug.
Yeah, coming up next, Travis. Factor Cap coming up next. Yeah, well, I got nothing. 710 ESPN.
Hey, I just talked to Joseph S. Normand last night. I told you guys I got rear-ended back in December in Christmas traffic, right? I wrote the thing off. I got a call from the insurance company, so they were asking me a bunch of questions. I stopped them mid-sentence. I said, I'm going to call my buddy Joseph S. Normand, and I'm going to do what he says. And I did. I'm so glad I made that phone call because I think I was on the way to getting hosed without even knowing it. And I think I'm pretty smart. So imagine what these insurance companies can do if you're, not up on your game. So thank you to Joe for that. But accidents can be devastating. The recovery process, super difficult to deal with, and no one should face it by themselves. No insurance company, believe me, I just learned this the other day. No insurance company is ever on your side. Anything you say to them, they will use against you at any point throughout the process. So do what I did. Call Joseph S. Normand right now if you have a question. If a pallet at a store fell on your head or a can of Folgers fell on your toe, call him right now and just hear what he has to say. He'll tell you your options, and what they're telling you might not be true. So 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000 or normandlegal.com. Make sure to tell them Travis and D. Farr sent you.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
You were doing the game.
And I shouted out ESPN LA.
So wait, I'm on a flight.
Right.
I'm watching it. And they come over to George. They say, let's go over to George, And George says, hey, guys, LA is super stoked on Luka. I do a daily talk radio show here on ESPN LA 710.
Yeah.
And you said, the fans are, I'm trying to remember how you phrased it, but
over the moon or something like that.
It was a
overjoyed.
Whatever it was. And I texted him good report.
Yeah.
You're inches.
I almost said it.
Inches.
Almost said Sedano and Cap.
My show every day on ESPN LA, Sedano and Cap. You chose
I should have just kept going.
You
I
chose
said.
not to mention the name of the show.
I should have just kept going.
I mean, it was gratuitous enough to mention the radio station, which I love.
At that point, right.
Let it go, bro.
Yeah.
Let it go.
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
Located in the heart of downtown Los Angeles, Crypto.com Arena is pulling back the curtain and unveiling new behind-the-scenes VIP tours, which offer an exclusive look inside one of the world's most iconic sports and entertainment venues. Expert guides will lead small groups through spaces that have hosted legendary sports championships, world-renowned concerts, and epic award shows. Guests will also explore the venue's VIP areas and experience the arena's latest renovations. For more info, visit cryptoarena.com/tours.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Enjoy President's Day savings all month long at Carden Alleyway Hyundai. Purchase a brand new 2025 Hyundai Santa Fe SC for just 2.49% APR for 36 months. Plus, enjoy peace of mind driving with America's best warranty and Hyundai Assurance Program. Visit us today at Carden Alleyway Hyundai, just off the 91 freeway, or online at CardenAlleyWayHyundai.com. On approved credit, 0 security deposit, 60 payments of $17.74 per $1,000 financed. Expires March 3rd, 2025.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
My check engine light's on?
That could hurt your gas mileage. The AutoZone free Fix Finder service can help find the fix for free.
Get in the zone.
This whole report for free?
That's right. Printed and on your phone for free.
Get in the zone.
But what if the fix is too tough?
We'll recommend a local shop. Fix Finder, only at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time. The next time you're out to dinner with friends, you can order the shrimp cocktail for the table. And maybe you'll realize it only comes with 4 shrimp after you've already given away 3, but that one shrimp will be so good. And if you switch and save hundreds, you can get shrimp all the time. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For shrimp. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Here we go. It is Factor Cap time.
Factor Cap.
On the Travis and DeMarco Show. Each weekday around 10:30, producer Emily serves up what's going down. And fun and frivolity ensues. Special thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Normand for making Factor Cap possible.
It's Joseph S. Normand. It's Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. And if you've been hurt in an accident, let me help you. Call my office at 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let's do it. Factor Cap.
Right now.
Take it away, producer Emily.
Thanks, Joe. Hi, guys.
Hey, girl.
Howdy, howdy.
Oh, by the way, fact.
Okay.
It is Kirk Morrison's birthday.
Happy
happy
birthday.
birthday, Kirk Morrison.
Happy birthday to me.
Oh, my God.
Happy birthday, Kirk.
We also, Kirk celebrates your birthday as well. Just
right.
Keep it interchangeable.
The best duo at the Rams pregame show, Trav and Kirk. Love working
go.
with them every Sunday. So excited to do it again next year. So I got this one from Parker, and I saw this a little bit on my TikTok, but there has been a trend right now of people sharing a photo of them as a kid, like as a youth, and the song that they shouldn't have been listening to when they were that age. So there's things like, Get Low. You probably should be listening to it when you're 6 years old. For me, it was like the To the Window, To the Wall I was listening to at like 7 years old.
Oh
and
my
I didn't
God.
understand the lyrics of that song. So you were listening to something you shouldn't have at a young age.
Oh,
Andy
God,
Fettercap.
yeah. There's not enough FACT
Oh
out
my
there.
God, let me see.
I mean, the first album I bought with my own money that I recall was Controversy by Prince.
Oh, my God.
And some of those songs, Sexuality.
The album cover.
The album
alone,
cover.
yes.
Do Me Baby. Like, not appropriate. I bought Street Songs by Rick James with Super Freak.
Yep.
Super Freak, not exactly appropriate for like an 8 or 9 year old. Spent my entire, I owned 1999 when I was like 9 or 10, and that had Let's Pretend We're Married, which is absolutely
Let's
filthy.
pretend we're married.
That song is filthy.
Oh my God, I haven't heard that in years. Let's
but you
pretend
can
we're
concur.
married. Go on. Yeah. Oh my God, I would go nuts if my kids sang that.
All right, DeMarco.
I'm writing some down. Give It To Me, Baby is on there from Rick James. Remember the Rod Stewart song, If You Want My Body? I used to sing that loud and had no idea. And there was a Blondie song.
Call Me?
Call Me.
Yeah.
Call Me.
I had no idea. I didn't know what it meant. No, I loved it. I used to get in trouble for it. Yeah,
She was a sex worker.
Right. Donna Summer. Right.
Oh.
Yes, same thing.
Love
Absolutely.
to Love You.
Love to Love You, baby. Yes, fact.
Laura, what about you?
Absolutely fact. Like growing up, I was telling you guys that my parents, the language barrier there when I was younger, so I didn't know half the things I was listening to. And at that time, I love R&B, so anything R&B, like Boys to Men, I'll Make Love to You. Like, why is a kid listening to that? But that's the type of stuff I was listening to.
You know what
Escape.
happened to me recently? Because I've allowed certain music in the house. Like I'm allowing Tyler, the creator, in the house, jamming. There was an old song from Naughty by Nature that came on, and we were rocking it. And she asked me, what does OPP mean?
Did you answer?
Yeah. Other people's property.
It is technically the correct answer. Like on a very technical
Correct.
level.
But it was awkward.
But I was going to ask you guys, if you two have daughters, when your daughter sings along to a song they're not supposed to, how do you go about correcting her? Because you don't want her to flag it, be like, I want to sing that more because my dad said no.
It depends. Like my daughter is now at an age at 13 where I just have to accept the idea that she is going to be hearing age inappropriate things, singing along to it, whatever, because that's just part of being a teenager.
Yeah.
It would be both totally hypocritical of me and also, I think, in a lot of ways, bad for her if I remove that from her. But I remember when she was little, because I'm an incredible father, I introduced her to Prince at a very young age.
Okay.
But there would be
Good for
times,
you, Dad.
I'm a really good parent.
Good for you.
But there would be times where she was in the car seat and back, and she liked the album 1999.
Yeah.
And there were a few songs, 1999, Little Red Corvette, Delirious,
I
leading
get
up to though, Let's Pretend We're Married.
Yeah.
That was a song I always skipped through.
Yeah.
There was
You
one
gotta edit.
time where I
Yeah.
got caught up in driving and I forgot that the song started playing, and I hear from the back seat, "Daddy, I'm not allowed to listen to this."
Oh,
I know.
Good for you.
That's
I know.
cute.
That's awesome.
Because I know, I've seen parents that take their kids to the Eras tour, the Taylor Swift Eras tour, and allow their kids one night where they can say the curse words along with Taylor Swift.
Oh, the curse
and then
words.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I can do it tonight, Mom. It's kind of fun.
Every now and then.
Yeah.
Every now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta let Biggie play. Can't edit Biggie. Yeah.
have to. I was also scrolling through social media, and an influencer I followed was in Paris and with her mom, and impulse bought a quite expensive jacket, but she's gonna wear it. She loves it. Whatever. Got me thinking. There is a large impulse purchase that you have made that you did not regret. You're like, I'm glad I did this impulse purchase. Fact or cap? DeMarco, fact or cap?
That I did not regret. An impulse buy that I did not. I could say something, but I won't.
Oh, Lord.
I will not open that
an
door.
impulse purchase of an item.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
The first impulse buy was buying those dang crossbows. Yeah, it was the first thing
And
we
did you regret it?
I did. We were shooting the dang things in the house. Just stupid, dumb stuff. Yeah, it was dumb. It was dumb. Shooting it into the fireplace. We thought that was safer than anything. And no one got hurt, but yeah, we damaged property. So I guess fact, yeah.
So no, Cap, there is
Cap,
nothing
Cap.
that you
Yeah.
have impulse bought that you don't regret.
Except for the thing I don't want to say.
Yep.
That we all know now.
Andy, fact is if there's something you don't regret.
I can't think of like the last really big impulse buy. Like, I mean, I'm thinking like
Big is relative. It's whatever. It's like something you more than you typically would.
$1,000,
Sure.
$2,000.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything that I've bought recently that was that much money that within a couple days, like, dude, what were you thinking? I can't think of this. I guess I have not done it. So,
Laura?
So when I was a little bit younger, because I'm not there yet, but I love to shop. So I'm the kind of person that's like, yep, just give it to me. And I usually don't regret a big purchase because I have to think about it. So yeah, fact.
Yeah, that's good. Impulse stuff is more like let me spend more than I typically would in this instant.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I mean,
shoes, shoes.
I've
Let's
spent
put it
more,
there.
like for example, like I love sunglasses, and sunglasses is something I would collect if I had more disposable cash.
Yeah.
But the nice ones that I have, I've spent more than I typically would.
Yeah.
I guess I'm like cheapies, but I don't regret them. I love them.
I haven't bought sunglasses since I lost the last expensive pair. I don't deserve them.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, I don't deserve them.
It took me a while to really buckle down with the idea of, okay, you love sunglasses and you don't like a lot of the cheapy ones that you buy because you're afraid to commit to the more expensive ones because you're going to lose them. Stop losing them.
Yeah, I know. I left the last pair. It had to be, what do you call those? The side of the road bathrooms.
Right.
On the way up the I-5. I know I left them in there. And
Rest stops.
rest stops, thank you. Never
Yeah.
again. Yes.
I mean, these are not large purchases, but my the Criterion collection will always get me. I got 2 of my orders yesterday. I was like, dang it, did I need Thelma and Louise and Bound in 4K? But also, yeah, I do.
If you're going to watch a movie,
Get it,
if you're going to
girl.
watch a movie in
That's your
4K,
thing.
Bound.
Bound is a
Yep.
good
Yep.
movie.
Okay.
Chrome heart glasses, Andy.
Better than
Chrome heart
3K.
glasses.
Yeah.
I don't like that movie.
Yeah.
That movie is fantastic. Really a big fan. So
What's her name? Gina Gershon?
Gina Gershon
Yeah.
and Jennifer Tilly.
Yep. And then the guy from Sopranos.
Joey Pants.
On Vanity Fair, they do every year.
Oh, he
on
was
this
in it too? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, barely. Don't really need him in it. So Vanity Fair every year on Oscar season does these kind of like lie detector tests. They'll put someone who's in like a press circuit through a lie detector test, and they'll ask them the questions, and oh, that's truth, that's lie. You guys would ever take a lie detector test publicly, like not just between you and the lie detector person? Andy, fact or cap?
It depends a lot on what the questions
Come
are.
on.
Like, yeah.
What is trying to be discerned, and like, am I being injected with sodium pentothal? Like,
You have to tell the truth?
yeah, like, 'cause
Well, the lie detector test will tell if you are or not.
people say
You can still dispute that.
people say that it is easy to beat a lie detector if you know how to do it.
Don't you have to step on a tack?
Like step on
Yeah.
a tack, or like put something between your toes. Like, there are apparently ways to do this, and you can always fall back on the whole lie detectors are unreliable, they're not
Yes.
admissible in court, yada yada yada.
But sodium, the
Truth
truth serum,
yes.
you got no way out of it.
DeMarco, you would take a lie
Depends a
detector
lot on
test.
what-
Fact, absolutely. Let's go. I can't wait. Ask me anything you want. Absolutely.
So what did you
No,
want to
I got to be
regret?
hooked up to the machine first.
Yeah, it's like, okay. Laura?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll do it. Yeah, why not? Like, I mean, I don't think there's anything you can ask me that I'm going to be like, whoa.
Because I think I could beat it.
So you want the challenge of it?
Yeah, I mean, I see it on TV.
Okay,
yeah.
so this is interesting. You're saying hook me up to it, not with the purpose of telling truth, but the purpose of trying to tell lies without
I
getting
would
caught.
see if I can beat this darn machine. Let me see if I can do it.
You were born in. Sure. Yes. I don't know. Like you're trying to beat it. Like very stoic.
There you go. You're right.
No, they say that,
confused.
one way to beat it is to answer a question in your head that you know is the truth, right as you're saying true, and then your mind registers that you're telling the truth, and therefore the polygraph will register truth.
But yeah, the Vanity Fair things are always just like harmless pop culture things that people, like Lady Gaga was asked if she's going to do another video with Beyonce after the telephone said to be continued. Anyway,
nice.
But this has been Factor Cap. You have many choices in legal team, but family always comes first. Call 213-747-2000. The law office of Joseph S. Normand. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com.
That question about the kids and singing inappropriate songs. We had that convo about watermelon sugar.
Oh, yeah.
Our
Because the words aren't
girls
bad.
softball team singing that, and then we found out, whoa, we can't.
The actual words aren't bad. There's no curse words, but
Yeah.
it's just the connotation of what you're saying.
Yes, you can't sing that. Why not? Just take my word
trust
for
me.
it. Yes.
Trust me.
The first song that my daughter ever learned of Prince's, it's kind of a more obscure song of his. It's on his B-Sides album, and it's called La 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 He He He. And
You told me about that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's sort of like Prince's version of the George Clinton Atomic Dog.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of dog and cat imagery.
A jam, yeah.
Right, and it's clearly allegorical to sex.
Yeah.
But it's got a lot of puppy sounds in it. So my daughter, when she was like 2, loved this song. She called it the puppy song. And that's what got her into Prince, is she thought this song was really funny because it had all this like dog barking in it. And I just had to ignore that what they're actually talking about is...
Change it. I didn't know Low was bad. Low from Flow Rider. That's bad? Apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur.
My niece used to like
The whole
twerk
club
to
was-
that song. She was like 3 years old, 2 years old.
But what's bad about the song? Flow Rider doesn't usually cuss.
I didn't say curse.
Yeah. I mean, what's bad about
It's
that?
all like connotation
Connotation.
stuff.
It's not
Suggestive?
cursing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I always felt like that girl to
Low,
cry
low.
for help. Like she's
Might
in the
be.
club, like everyone's looking at her.
Apple bottom jeans
out
and
by
the low are
herself,
different
like-
songs, aren't they?
Apple bottom jeans. She got low.
She felt like a girl to me
No,
that was just
same song.
It's the same song.
Same song. Yeah.
She was very lonely.
Very
I think
lonely.
In real life.
Okay.
She's very sad. All right, I'm going to try to redeem myself.
Thank you.
Call right now. Caller number 10. 877-710-ESPN, 877-710-3776. Receive autographs from Robert Horry, Michael Cooper, Friday, Legends, Addicts, Meet and Greet event. That is coming up again. Caller 10, 877-710-ESPN. Coming up next, robot umps.
Yeah.
But not the kind that DeMarco and I want. 710 ESPN.
The biggest show on the radio.
Mason and Ireland weekdays at noon.
I'll do some reporting for you guys also on your contracts.
Wait a minute, you're going to do reporting on our contracts?
There's
covering it?
every intention of offering you a contract
Well,
at some point.
That's fine.
I don't know
but-
when.
Okay, go watch Glenn Ross. Get them to sign on the line that is dotted.
So you two have to
ABC. That's you, Bergman. You're not closing.
Be closing.
Always
I'm
be
not the closer
closing.
in this situation, but in sometime within the next 134 days.
Where in the
you'll get
trust?
offered something.
Where in the trust tree is Bergman in terms of like you're below a lot of people on the trust tree?
Well,
Well, he doesn't sign the
You're not
check.
the closer.
I don't know.
You're
not
like
the
a
closer.
setup guy. You're like a middle
Sure,
reliever.
sure.
You're
I'm
an
Kevin
innings
Johnson
eater.
now with
Yeah,
the
you're
Angels.
you're an
I'm
innings
a
eater.
setup man.
Yeah, you're a setup man.
Yeah.
Steve Mason and John Ireland today at noon.
Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's Steve Farr. If you're like me, you just don't want to watch the game. You want the best experience every time. That's why Absolute Sport is a game changer. VIP access to the biggest games, exclusive pregame parties, luxury hotels, whether it's courtside, ringside, or the 50-yard line, Absolute Sport makes sure you're there, not just watching, you're living the action. Visit us.absolute-sport.com. That's ABSOLUT-sport and make your next sporting experience absolutely unforgettable.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The
The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
You're from over there, from over here. We're sitting in this hot tub together. What do you like to drink?
No.
See?
No.
No? None at all? Come on.
No.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
That's another thing about Travis. How can you not like hot tubs? That makes no sense to me.
They're pleasant.
It's so good.
They're
so great.
We have one in our backyard. It's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's yours. When you're sharing with people, kind of can be gross.
Look up chlorine and what it does. It kills everything in there. I'm just saying.
It is pretty safe.
Thank you.
It's pretty safe.
You know
and
what?
they feel awesome.
When he said I don't like hot tubs, I wasn't that upset. Good. More room for me. I can spread out. Yay.
Well, I mean, in fairness to Travis, we hear an awful lot at this station about Morales trying to horn his way into your hot tub. Like he's always trying to get into different people's hot tubs. So if Travis is now frightened or put off at the prospect of a hot tub, it's probably more Morales' fault
Makes
than
sense.
Travis.
I like that.
Get well, Chris.
Makes sense. Yes.
What's on tap today at ESPN 710? Thanks to Michelob Ultra, the Lakers back on the court tonight versus the Charlotte Hornets. Coverage begins at 5:30 p.m. Pregame with Beto Duran. Tip off at 7. Hear it for your afternoon drive on 710 ESPN or in crystal clear digital audio on the all-new ESPN LA app. Michelob, you took it away. The last part of it.
Oh, my God. Look at
Michelob
you.
Ultra, 2.6 carbs, 96 calories. It's 95 calories. Sorry, Michelob Ultra.
Yeah.
It's only worth it if you enjoy it.
Good fight. There you go.
We're just hearing now, per league sources, I believe this is from Jordan Schultz, several teams have called the Rams about Matthew Stafford, potential trade. The belief is a first-round pick would be the asking price if the Rams were willing to make a deal.
Real quick, do you know Jordan Schultz?
I know him well enough to say hello. I don't know him.
Okay. All right. A first-rounder for Matthew Stafford, that is what's on the table to...
According to Jordan Schultz is pretty plugged in. I would believe him.
That's what I'm asking. So to acquire Matthew Stafford, it would cost you a first-round pick. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, I think that's fair compensation.
I mean, if the Rams, who by all counts and appearances, they'd prefer to keep Matthew Stafford, but if you ended up with a first-round pick, there are worse fates in the world. You know who might have opinions on this?
Let me start by saying I want Matthew Stafford back, but if the business of football dictates otherwise, then a first-round pick would be adequate compensation for that quarterback.
Well, let's ask Kirk Morrison, birthday boy.
Yo.
What's up, old man?
Happy birthday, man.
What up, fellas? How we doing today, man?
Good,
How
bro.
we doing?
Happy birthday. Hey, let me try this on.
Sure.
Aaron Rodgers possibly as the Rams starting quarterback if you lost Matthew Stafford. How would that work on you? How would you feel about that?
I would love that. And it works because you've got a guy who, in Aaron Rodgers, who has something to prove.
Yeah.
And when I say something to prove is that Aaron Rodgers is a really good quarterback. And you tell me the last successful quarterback with the New York Jets. It just doesn't happen. that organization is cursed right now.
I think I went back to Chad Pennington.
Yeah, think about
Yeah,
it.
it's been a while.
that was maybe just because it was Bill Parcells
Sanchez
who was
had a
coaching.
decent run, but that was Rex Ryan and his defense.
But then it ended so badly,
It ended,
too.
yeah, it butt fumbles. The only
The
thing
butt
to remember.
fumble.
Yeah,
It
that's
ended with a butt fumble.
Yes. So the Jets are the Jets. Aaron Rodgers still has it. You saw that game up in New York.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers still has it, and if you give him just all he wants to make sure is that he's not the smartest guy in the room. And I think that for Aaron Rodgers, this will be probably one of the first times, if it does happen, he comes to L.A., right, DeMarco and Andy, guess what? He will learn. Like, I feel like he's always teaching Nathaniel Hackett or whether it was Matt LaFleur. He was always the smartest guy in the room. I know more than Mike McCarthy, right? Some of the coaches he's been around. He's not going to big boy Sean McVay.
No, I don't think so.
Sean McVay's going to sit him in the front desk and say, no, you sit right there and you listen up. And I think that's what Aaron Rodgers needs. It's just so hard for the age that he will be at, but he would be a great bridge quarterback if that's what the Rams decide to do.
Even if they go back and forth, like they brought him in and they never really click, but they're going back and forth about who knows more about the game. Yeah, that would be awesome. I think that's 13 wins.
That I don't know about 13 wins and the way the NFC looks, but that is, to your point, DeMarco. I believe that is something that Aaron Rodgers. He's one of the guys in the NFL who definitely wants to know more than just the why.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
you got to tell him everything. Yeah.
And I need everything.
And I think you would have the guy that would actually go to the end of the ocean talking about everything with you in Sean McVay. But I'll say this real quick, going back to that 13 wins, and it's crazy. Sam Darnold got 13 with Minnesota. So what could Sean McVay do with Aaron Rodgers? I'm assuming 13 is the benchmark. How's that?
Right. That was the funny thing, man. I was talking to a couple guys at the Pro Bowl, and did you know the Minnesota Vikings were undefeated, by the way, this season until they played the Rams and the Lions? They lost 4 games, 2 to the Lions, 2 to the Rams. And so
and
Sam
back
Darnold,
to back both times too.
And back to back. It's just crazy. So Sam Darnold had success outside of playing against the Rams and the Lions. Does that now mean that a guy like Aaron Rodgers can come in, and as long as he's not playing against certain teams, he'll have the success?
Absolutely.
I just love it because Aaron Rodgers trains in California in the offseason. So I think he does have a place out there in the Hidden Hills or Calabasas area. I don't know. But he's good.
They were talking about culture fit, and I'm like, you guys remember who the Rams are? They do these things. He fits more here than any other team in the NFL, in my opinion. But I think we all want the same thing. We want number 9 back in uniform. That's now, first and foremost.
Yes, I do agree with that.
Yeah.
We want number 9. And, you know, it's one of those situations, too, where there is no market for Matthew Stafford. Like, let's just be honest. Like, what is the market? What is a team willing to give up on a 1-year rental for Matthew Stafford, or 2 years possible? And you look at the teams who are needy for a quarterback. Trust me, I know Kelly Stafford don't want to go somewhere where she doesn't want to go to New York with the Jets. She doesn't want to go somewhere down where the team is that bad. So I don't know if there's a market for Matthew Stafford outside of what he's got going here in Los Angeles, the roots that he's already planted here. Why would I go somewhere else just to hang on for a year or two where I can retire as a Ram and go out the way that I want to go out?
All right, put a pin in that for just a second, Kirk. Can you stick around?
Absolutely.
Talk a little bit more?
I got
All
you.
right. Again,
Happy
boy
birthday.
Kirk Morrison sticking around, going to talk with us.
Don't get your kids drunk.
Yeah, we can talk about that as well. Travis and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cap.
Weekdays after Mason in Ireland.
You know, down in Miami where I live, we would start our nights at a Wet Willie's or Fat Tuesdays or whatever, and have one of those.
Willie's.
Yeah, have one of those terrible.
I left it alone on purpose.
I mean, that was the name of the place. I mean, Ludacris had it in one of his songs, Wet Willie's on Miami Beach.
Wet Willie's on Miami Beach.
Sedano and Cap today at 3 p.m.
on 710 ESPN.
Progressive's Auto Quote Explorer lets you easily compare direct rates from different insurance companies, so you can be confident you're getting the right one, even if it's not with Progressive. Way more confident than you were when you tried online gaming. Who knew 12-year-old boys could be so mean? And where did they learn to swear like that? 2 hours of losing to these underage trash talkers, and you're starting to question if maybe you really should stick to pickleball and other boomer stuff. So use Progressive's Auto Quote Explorer and be confident you're getting insurance that's right for you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
For a limited time, you can get KFC chicken with the sweet heat of hot honey. And after one bite, you'll wonder, how do bees make hot honey so hot? Are they special bees? Does KFC have dragon bees? Fire-breathing dragon bees that create spicy honey? No, silly. There's no such thing. KFC just partnered with Mike's Hot Honey to drizzle all over their crispy chicken. But Dragon Bees would be so cool. Try it now for only $7 or share a box with friends for $25. Prices and participation vary while supplies last. Taxes, tips, and fees extra.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. At Los Angeles International Airport, changes are arriving daily to help reduce traffic, save travelers time, and transform the travel experience. The LAX Economy parking structure is now open with thousands of smart parking spaces, as well as hundreds of EV charging stations. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding, and in the future, the People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro. For more information, go to their website, flylax.com/transforminglax. That's flylax.com/transforminglax.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A Good Karma Brands radio station. Here we go. Travis Rogers, DeMarco Farr.
The far side. You ready for the far side? I'm in the far side. You're in the far side.
Go. Welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. So let's get to the fun, shall we? The Travis and DeMarco Show right now.
Yeah! Let's go.
Travis and DeMarco Show. Andy Kamenetsky in for Travis. Travis on the way to Hawaii. Kirk Morrison joining us on his birthday.
Big dog. How old are you? Say it on the air. I dare you.
I'm 43, man. Yeah, born in 82, 43.
Trying to swallow that. Come on, be proud of yourself. You made it.
You know what? I am proud of that. People keep talking about, like, oh, my God, it's another year older. Like, isn't that what we all, like, aspire to be older?
Only like, 2 years older than Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, true. Look at you.
But every
Kirk
year
Morrison
is a great
comeback.
Year. No, I ain't coming back.
Hear his voice change? Yeah, I heard this from an old lady. She had to be 75 when I was 20. She said the most valuable thing you'll collect in this life is birthdays.
Yep.
And it's like, wow, so everyone is fun. Enjoy your trip around the sun. Do you got anything planned for your birthday?
Oh, no, not in the like think about it. Like, weekend birthdays are a lot easier to celebrate than weekday birthdays.
It is
right?
Wednesday. Yeah, well, I mean, you on Wednesday.
But you remember, it's a Wednesday after or in the middle after a holiday weekend.
Okay.
So it's like you're still trying to get caught up for the day that you took off on Monday, right? So you're just trying to get caught up, and it's like, okay, do I go out tonight? But then if I also go out tonight, you got to suffer tomorrow because now you're tired.
You should have took Tuesday off then. You should have took Tuesday and Wednesday off and came back
Kappa,
Thursday.
You'll be fine.
There you go.
No, see, I can't do that, man. So you know what? Maybe this weekend, if there's a Benihana reservation out there somewhere, I may find it.
Did Emily say you're at the Combine?
Yeah, I'll be at the Combine
You'll be
next
at the
week,
Combine.
man. I'm scouting, for the Rams.
Yeah.
Pick 26. Don't know what the Rams are going to go.
What positions are you looking at specifically?
Or pick 3.
Yeah, or Kirk.
It's not going to be pick 3.
Jordan Schultz has reported that the asking price for the Rams, and I want to make it clear, the Rams, by all accounts and reports, their strong first choice is Matthew Stafford returning. But if they found themselves in an impasse and they had to end up making a trade. Right. If the Giants, let's just say the rumor du jour, there's legs to it, and the Giants offered the Rams the number 3 pick for Stafford, the Rams have to at least heavily consider that, yes?
They will consider it, but the people in New York will be fired.
Yes. That is malpractice on their part.
They're already on thin ice because of what happened last year with Saquon Barkley and another guy in Xavier McKinney. They let 2 guys walk in free agency, and they both became all pros, not Pro Bowlers, all pros.
How dumb the Giants are, well documented.
And let's forget the whole Daniel Jones piece of it.
But if they did offer a 3 for Stafford, would you do it?
Oh, for Stafford? Oh, for sure.
You would do it? You trade Stafford for the 3 pick?
I would trade Stafford for the number 3 pick. I would give them 29, and I think I would give them another second-round sweetener because we know less in the Rams. They do a great job in the later rounds.
Yeah.
And then, look, the Rams can do something that they haven't done before in the Sean McVay era, which is pick a quarterback in the first round. So
you think they would stay at 3 and pick one of either Ward or Shedeur Sanders with that 3 pick, or trade it later?
Or somebody may jump them to try to get up and grab one of these quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's the other part. Yeah,
this is the one thing that Les Snead hasn't done yet, right? Right, DeMarco? Was that when they got Jared Goff, they tried to put a roster together around his rookie contract, and they did so. But at the end of the day, they had to go back and get Matthew Stafford, and then they end up winning the Super Bowl. I would love to see how he constructs a roster with a rookie quarterback and to get them all of this excess money again and keep this.
And with Sean McVay's input as well,
Absolutely.
because McVay was not there when they drafted Goff.
And I want to see McVay mentor a young quarterback, similar to what he did with Jared Goff. I mean, he inherited Jared Goff. I want to see someone that he handpicks.
I bet that guy looks similar to Jordan Love. I bet if they do and draft and develop, it would be somebody that is a little more mobile.
I would say Cam Ward. If the Rams got Cam Ward, that'd be scary.
That'd
be scary for the NFL.
Yeah, I just saw on Twitter, Shedeur Sanders is taking shots at Cam Ward.
Yeah, so these two dudes have been training last season, off season, and they're training again this offseason. They have the same quarterback coach together.
Yeah.
So they're training, getting ready for whatever, the combine or their throwing sessions. So it's been this friendly competition, and I love it.
Me too.
Because they both are going back at it. Cam Ward is saying, wow, Shedeur, you just throw check downs. That's why you
and bubble screens.
Yes, and then Shedeur Sanders is like, well, I'm just going to go drink the Gatorade over here.
Ooh.
And he was like, why are you drinking Gatorade? You out of shape? He said, no, because they pay me.
Ooh, ouch, ouch, ouch.
I love this, man. But you know what? I had this. Every morning, guys, I do wake up. So this morning I wake up on my birthday, and I'm checking the text messages and phone calls and all that great stuff. But I came across this video. Shohei Ohtani parallel parking over in Glendale.
Emily showed us, man. Why would you bring this up, man?
No, because
tread lightly here.
No, but we know that parallel parking is it's a skill.
It's one of the hardest things to do.
It.
Yes.
So am I judgmental when I look at people's cars and I look at that right wheel in the back? Because you could tell, okay, this person just doesn't know what they're doing.
Well, first
and maybe
of all,
it's more so because of it. Just maybe in my own household, when I look at my wife and she's always wondering, why is my car my tire have a leak? Well, if you look at the backside, you sure keep running into this curve on a parallel park.
You got to find out where it is, Kirk.
I love this with Ohtani. First of all, because it humanizes him.
Right, exactly.
It lets you know that there is at least something Ohtani can't do. Because it
or not do perfectly.
Not do perfectly.
Yes.
Well, from the outside in, that could be. The first thing I thought was those rims must be expensive.
Oh, yeah.
He wants to make sure he doesn't scrape them. You know what I mean?
But okay, I can parallel park now fine. But I remember when I first learned to drive, it was very stressful for me. I was honestly pretty terrible at it. And when I took my driver's test, parallel parking was the last thing. And I'd been really nervous about that part of it. And I just asked the instructors, they have that setup of cones, and you're supposed to go in between the cones.
It can be intimidating. Yeah.
I asked the instructor, very specifically, what happens if I mess up parallel parking completely? And I think the instructor was just trying to calm me down. And she said, you lose 6 points, but you're doing okay right now. You'll be fine. And I said, okay, and I just backed straight into the cones.
Oh, no.
Just to get it done.
You know what?
What's the point deduction? 6?
I was like, I'm not even going to put myself through it. Here, just take 6 points.
Wow.
You've already said that I passed.
How very Chris Paul of you.
So think about it, right? I told you guys already, it's my birthday, right?
Yeah.
But I'm going back because Andy's making me go to story time. I remember turning 16, and I'm taking my driver's test. And I remember the day clearly because I was ready for it. And I'm taking my driver's test. Everything is going on. It's perfect. And then we finally get back, and he says, oh, last thing, turn your hazard lights on. And I'm like, what? He's like, turn your hazards on. I'm like, hazards? So I know the hazard lights, but this is what happens. I had been practicing with my mom's car prior to that with my learning permit. Mom had to work that day, so my aunt took me.
You didn't know the car.
I was in her car. So I'm looking all around, and this instructor's just sitting here just kind of, you could tell
you
he
feel
was
that
laughing.
stare.
Yeah, he was staring, but he was laughing inside. He was like, how could you get in the car and you not know where the hazards are? And I'm like, I'm like, oh my God, I'm panicking. I think I'm about to fail my test. And this and that, and he writes on the little board, and I always remember this. It's crazy. So when I was 16, he opens the door, and before he leaves, he turns on my hazards and walks out of the car.
Yes, sir.
He turned on my hazards for me and said, make sure you know where the hazards are.
That's the driver's test instructor equivalent of a mic drop.
You dang right.
That's what he did.
Yes.
He just mic dropped you.
I bet you teach your kids that.
I sure do,
See?
and I passed. But even still now, the crazy part, like, you ever talk about PTSD from certain situations?
Oh, yeah.
Even when I get into a rental car now, I look for the hazards.
Wow.
Because you don't know where they are in some of these cars.
There's also,
now.
too, with Otani, because he is stupid rich.
Right.
Yeah.
He can afford a driver.
It would not shock me if he couldn't drive.
But, like, he does not even need to know how to parallel park.
Yeah.
Yet he's learning to do this. It's like, remember Us Magazine Stars, They're Just Like Us?
Yes. Yeah.
It's very Stars, They're Just Like Us.
Except his car is like $120,000.
Exactly.
Yeah. So remember, if you think like, well, he should be able to do this, remember the ePay thing, right? I bet he doesn't drive a lot. Yeah, so it makes sense. Or those rims are just insanely expensive. One more thing, Kirk.
Yeah.
You saw the bowl. You saw the Chiefs go down. Mahomes go down. They went down swinging. Philly looks like they could be a dynasty. Like, I don't think this is going to end with just one Super Bowl. Do you?
DeMarco, that's tough. That is tough because as just as much as we celebrate Les Snead and how they've been able to revamp this Rams team in terms of what they've done in the draft, especially defensively with the retirement of Aaron Donald and this young group on defense.
Fantastic, yeah.
You could also say the same thing with Howie Roseman and the Eagles and how they've drafted Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean. I mean, like, you're like, what is going on here?
And get Barkley and get the
and get
offseason
Saquon
stuff.
and all that. But at some point, we all know is that the salary cap, actually, I just saw the salary cap is actually going up $30 million. The salary cap is going to be at $277 million. DeMarco, why are we not playing in today's NFL?
I don't know. I wish I was born in the 90s.
We were playing in a salary cap that was under $120 million per team. Now this thing is $277 or $277 to $280 per team.
They're
now.
making more money in college, Kirk.
Yes.
Right.
But I guess, look, to answer
bitter
your
as hell.
question.
No,
Yeah,
I'm happy. I'm very, very happy. It's just I wish I was born later. But go ahead.
No, I think, look, to answer your question, can this be a dynasty? Yes, it can be a dynasty, but it's very difficult.
Yeah, it's
because
very hard.
everybody's going to be better. The Rams are going to be better. I mean,
They'll
literally,
lose their OC as well.
Yeah,
Kellen Moore
you're
went
going to
the
hemorrhage
Saints.
coaches, and you know what
All
happens
of
when
that.
you win Super Bowls? Everybody has their hand out. You're going to start to lose players at some point.
But
That's the way it goes.
But you know what? There is one thing that I did take away from being in New Orleans at the Super Bowl, that of all the teams in the NFL, the team that the Eagles feared the most were the Los Angeles Rams.
That's what I'm saying. It underscores the urgency to get Stafford back in the fold
Correct.
sooner than later. Yeah, I'm with you.
Every player said the same thing. Like, we were a play away. We were a Jalen Carter sack away from losing that football game.
Yeah.
Had he not made that play, I believe it was, Tyler Higbee makes that catch.
Yeah.
And he goes into the end zone if Matthew Stafford throws it to him, which we think he would have. And so,
Man,
look, that's
if
crazy.
Puka doesn't slip out of his break on that last play.
On that last play, you're right.
in
And
business.
Stafford
Yes.
sailed it a little bit, but
I think you're in business there, but yeah, I mean, they should fear. So that gives, that's why we keep talking about, and I'm hoping that we keep talking about this Aaron Rodgers to the Rams as a real thing, because it gives the Rams leverage to get Stafford back into the building. You know what I'm saying?
No,
yeah.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah. So, look, I just need Kelly Stafford to just kind of keep her comments to herself at the moment. You know?
Hey, if you were super rich, I wouldn't mind living in New York. If you were super, super rich,
and also they're gonna live in Jersey. They're gonna live in North Jersey.
But I mean, I wouldn't mind living out there if I had like stupid money. That would be a hell of an adventure.
Or Los Angeles,
or LA, or never leave, and the sun never goes away.
LA's pretty good for stupid money
LA's
too.
pretty good, and all of a sudden he throws one interception in New York, and it's like, oh my god!
But it's not going to be him. It's going to be you signed him.
I think the best case scenario for all sides is Matthew Stafford returning, and the best case scenario for Kirk Morrison is go celebrate your birthday.
Go
man.
parallel park.
Go have fun. Kirk
Hey,
Morrison,
shots up, everybody.
The
Cheers.
fiercest linebacker in the game. Happy birthday, man.
Thanks, guys. No problem, man.
It's my dude. See how he casually dropped in? I was at the Super Bowl in New Orleans.
Yeah.
But he had a good time.
It's a flex.
Yes.
It's an absolute flex. All right, coming up, we are going to visit the robot umps in baseball. Some would say it's going too far. DeMarco and I say not going far enough. That is next. Also, call right now, caller number 10. 877-710-ESPN, 877-710-3776. And you will receive autographs from Robert Horry and Michael Cooper on Friday at Legend Addicts Meet and Greet event. That is next. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The city of champions just got even brighter.
From Slovenia, Luka Doncic.
Luka's rocking the purple and gold, teaming up with LeBron, the king himself.
Here comes LeBron back the other way. LeBron down the middle. Another three. Good again.
And don't forget about Austin Reeves, ready to shine.
Stolen by Austin Reeves. Reeves to the rim. Slam dunk for a new career high.
Catch all the action, all the passion, all the drama, all the big shots.
Doncic dribbling one-on-one against Walker Kessler. Three-pointer over Kessler. It's good. Luka's first three is a Laker, and the place goes nuts.
Follow the Lake Show all season long as they look to make history. Luka, LeBron, and the Lake Show live here.
But how dangerous can this team be?
Very dangerous. On 710 ESPN.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you. From sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Right now, get our Value Bowl combo for only $8.99. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
You never expect a Hail Mary pass to win and end the game or getting into an accident. Hey, it's Trav with DeMarco.
Only one all-star defense team you can call to defend you. The personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000.
Don't get sacked by others. Joseph will help you achieve the maximum compensation you deserve. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let Joseph and his team score a touchdown for you.
CryptoArena.com/tours. Dell Technologies is celebrating with anniversary savings on their most popular tech. For a limited time only, save on select next-gen PCs like the XPS 16, powered by Intel Core Ultra processors and more. Plus, curate your dream setup with great deals on select monitors, mice, and more must-have electronics and accessories. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to leading-edge technology to match your forward-thinking spirit and free shipping on everything. Again, that's Dell.com/deals.
Lowe's knows that your deadlines don't change, even when your job does. But with Lowe's Buy Online, Pick Up in Store, we'll help you adjust on the fly. And when you absolutely can't leave the project, we can deliver to your job site as soon as same day. Lowe's knows pros. We help, you save. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes placed by 2 p.m. for same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. More terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN.
I want to put my feet in the sand. I want to drink. I want to eat. I want to walk. I want to have the sun on my face. That's it.
Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Things people say. Controversy.
I was so young when I bought this album.
Underwear. Yeah.
Yep.
And boots.
This was, by the way, I believe it was either this or Dirty Mind was the tour that Prince was handpicked by the Stones to open for them. And and he got booed.
I thought that was Kiss.
No, well, maybe Kiss too, but I know Prince was picked by the Stones to be their opening band. And this is back when Prince was in the bikini briefs.
I know that. I thought that was Kiss that booed him off the stage there.
Maybe both.
Either
I
way,
know
it
the Stones,
makes sense. Yeah, but you're sitting there for a Stones or a Kiss concert back then. You're like, what is this?
Right, exactly.
What am I looking at?
And this was before Prince was Prince.
Yeah.
You know, he had a couple hits, but he was not yet Prince.
See, I was talking to the guys earlier about Tyler, the Creator. I love his music.
It's great.
I do. I just can't look at him. Right. If I don't look at him, I love his stuff. If I look at him, I get caught up in how he looks and forget the music. You know what I mean?
The hair's different.
Yes, but the music is fantastic.
Yeah.
And I knew him originally from the Vine that went viral of him from like a sketch show. I can't remember what a sketch show was, but it's like, you gave me this birthday card on my birthday. He used to be like a comedian.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, you'd like this. There's a doc on Sly and the Family Stone.
I am so excited
I
for
can't
this
wait
thing.
to see it. Yeah.
It's directed by Questlove from The Roots, who did you ever see the documentary Summer of Soul that he made?
Yes.
It was the one that won the Oscar.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Okay. Also, funny thing about that too, it was the award that Chris Rock was giving out.
Yeah.
When he got slapped in the face, it was for the documentary feature.
Oh yeah.
Then Questlove comes on right after that.
You're right.
Yep.
Very awkward for Questlove.
And so then Chris Rock's like, "All right, that happened. So here's the nominees for Best Documentary Feature."
But yeah, Summer of Soul is an amazing documentary about this concert. I want to say that was in Harlem. It was the same weekend as Woodstock.
I remember.
And got completely overshadowed, and then like the footage became very difficult to get and to find, and it got completely forgotten about, despite having a lineup of like Stevie Wonder, Sly, Nina Simone, like is incredible lineup.
Yeah.
But yeah, this documentary about Sly looks amazing.
I cannot wait to see it. Same thing.
And by the way, the Tyler Creator comedy thing was Loiter Squad is what it was called.
Loiter Squad?
Yeah.
Like a bunch of loiterers.
Like mole rats. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah,
but it was like viral on Vine.
Wow.
All right, so we're gonna again table the robot ups for just a second.
Yeah.
Because Mark Williams has now commented, I believe, for the first time
Former
publicly.
Laker center?
Former Laker center.
Former Laker center, Mark
Via
Williams.
the Charlotte Observer.
Yes. Tribute video tonight?
It should be.
From the Lakers?
Yeah, him getting off the
wait,
bus and getting back
Andy,
on. Yeah.
your old bit. Where's his statue?
The Mark Williams
The Mark Williams statue?
Yeah, my brother and I used to, for our old Lakers podcast many incarnations ago, we had this
Did it have a
thing-
YouTube component?
You know what? When we began this, it might have been before YouTube was YouTube, at the very least. It might have existed, but YouTube didn't have the same cultural cachet.
Wow.
We had this concept called the statue game.
Yeah.
Where anybody who ever played for the Lakers would get a statue. And the size of the statue and the location of the statue would reflect what you meant to the organization.
Okay.
Like, for example, Kobe's statue would be life-size. This is before Kobe actually had statues.
Yeah.
Kobe's statue would be life-size, and it would be in the middle of center court, and everyone would have to play around it.
I was thinking bigger than the building.
Right, because that's what Kobe meant.
Yes.
But like, for example, Smush Parker, his statue would have been
farther down the block.
Maybe it would have been like Chatsworth.
Chatsworth,
like it would have been like further out.
Okay,
and, it's like 2 feet
bigger than G.I. Joe.
Oh yeah, we're gonna give Smush went to the playoffs. Smush deserves more than like figurine size,
full size G.I. Joe. The back in the 70s G.I. Joe that was like 2 feet high.
Perfect. Yeah, that's about the perfect size for Smush.
Yeah, okay.
And his would be a little bit further out.
Yes.
And then, you cast all the guys in between. What is Mark Williams' statue?
It's in Oregon.
Nevada? Or it could be like a hologram where it keeps disappearing.
Yeah, right. It's not really there.
Right.
Weird. I mean, it's strange, but...
Statues in the training room where they did the physical.
Oh, man. See, this is where it gets
interesting. And only a
interesting.
select few get to see it.
This is where it gets interesting because what he's putting out there is he says he doesn't know why he failed his physical.
Yeah. Mark Williams, reading this quotes from the Charlotte Observer, my agent told me that he failed the physical. I didn't think I had failed the physical. That didn't even cross my mind. The night that I got traded, I played hella minutes. I didn't think in any world that was possible. Since I've been back since the start of the year, I've played games with a lot of minutes. I feel like every injury I've had has been well documented. I've recovered, and it's been 100% since. So I don't know what went into that decision. I think that's up to them.
First quote I ever heard when somebody said hella minutes. First ever sports quote ever
I'm
heard
trying
in
to
my
look
life where somebody said hella
look this
minutes.
up. Is he from Northern California?
Hella, right?
Right.
That's
why I'm
a
wondering.
NoCal thing. But that's weird because he's right. I mean, if you failed a physical, you would know. You probably know there's an injury going in and they found it.
Well,
how do you not know that you failed the physical?
This is what I think is really interesting about it. And ultimately, first of all, he's from Norfolk.
Norfolk, okay. They use hella there too.
VA.
VA. There you go.
There is a certain.
Did you guys use hella?
I use hella.
Okay, there you go.
But it's just kind of like a vernacular.
Hella. Yeah,
I know
yeah.
it started in NorCal, and it's much more.
It's what they say up there. Yeah.
But with Mark Williams and like his failed physical, like we don't know all the exacts yet in terms of what went into that, and I think in a lot of ways we don't deserve to know. Like Mark Williams is entitled. Both, HIPAA laws, but also for his career.
We don't need to know what the injury was.
Right.
Yeah.
Or just what
they found.
Like,
yeah.
And my theory, because I know there's a lot of conspiracy theories about this on both sides. Charlotte was trying to put something past the Lakers because they thought they'd be desperate enough for a center and miss stuff.
They sold you damaged goods.
Right.
Okay.
More damage than the Lakers even suspected.
But he's
knowingly.
saying that I played the night before and I'm fine.
He had been playing.
Right.
Like Mark Williams had been playing. There's also conspiracy theory that Rob Pelinka got, buyer's remorse or cold feet last minute, and they're lying about a failed physical because they decided they didn't want to give up that much.
Why would you get cold feet about this guy? Because of what you see in the X-ray?
Well, no, more like the idea of we gave up too much for Mark Williams.
We gave up too much to get this guy.
Right.
Okay.
They took advantage of the idea that we really needed a center. We were trying to make Luka happy.
Yeah. Cold water to you?
This is my personal theory.
Yeah.
Both the Lakers and the Hornets ultimately learned about things in Mark Williams' physical that surprised both of them. The Lakers, by definition, if you're trading for Mark Williams, you have to have a certain amount of risk tolerance because the guy's only played 80 games over 3 seasons. You don't trade for him without some degree of risk tolerance. It's impossible.
Yeah.
But I also feel like it is totally plausible that there were things going on with Mark Williams' body that the Hornets weren't even necessarily looking for, because when they're rehabbing his injuries, they are looking for the specific things that they're trying to fix. Every time you go through rehab, it's not accompanied by head-to-toe examinations, deep looks under the hood. They're focusing on one area. So I think it is entirely possible that both sides were genuinely surprised by this.
I did have a sinister thought. It's not really sinister, but when they do these physical, it's thorough, right?
Yeah.
They test your urine.
Yes.
They test your blood. They test everything.
That's how many years ago Ronny Turioff, he learned about his heart condition from the Lakers physical.
There was a guy that learned he had brain cancer after he got knocked out. So he got a concussion, went to the hospital, got the CAT scan. Oh, you know what? You have brain cancer. So you never know what these things will show down the road. And that might also make sense. He may not know. They may not know. This is what we found. We can't sign you. Don't know. But like he said, I believe what he said. I didn't know I flunked that physical. I just played.
Well, he would have no reason to suspect that a team that traded for him, knowing about his injury history. It's not a secret. I'm not a Charlotte insider, but I know how many games Mark Williams has played.
Yeah.
You look it up. There's no reason for Mark Williams even to suspect that he'd fail a physical by a team that wanted him.
Right. I know. It's weird. But the other part of his quote that got me, and maybe it's kind of like hella minutes. Maybe it's just how he said it. Can't write it any other way, NBA script. Can't write it any other way, period, or question mark. NBA script.
Lakers get what they want.
Lakers get what they want. What does that mean?
I can't think of the conspiracy piece of this where the Lakers somehow come out better. Here's the other conspiracy. That Rob Pelinka made this trade knowing that he was going to eventually rescind it, but he wanted to show Luka, we are committed, because Luka reportedly wanted a rim running center to replicate Daniel Gafford.
So
Derek
we're just
Lively.
doing this for show.
Right. Which I don't believe, because if that ever gets out, good luck getting other teams to do business
But he
with you.
says NBA script.
like the league decided.
He said it. I'm trying to figure this out. I don't know what he means.
I'm guessing it's
and the Lakers get what they want.
This is the story.
I thought the Lakers wanted you. That's what they traded for you.
I don't think it's alleging conspiracy as much as this is just the script of the story, that how it played out. That's my guess.
This is the scuba diver in a tree. How'd you get up there? I don't know. You know,
right.
I have no idea.
Weird writer's room.
Right. It's just weird. Yeah, it's crazy. Emily, do you have a thought with NBA script?
I just think, like I said, it's the idea that Lakers get what they want, and if they, like Andy said, they had to make a move at the trade, but if they wanted to back out at the last second, Lakers get everything they want, and that's the script.
This is the most time we've devoted to a story going nowhere.
Well, it's because it's so weird.
Yeah.
Like this. This never, like once every 10 or so years, a guy will fail a physical to a point where trade's rescinded. Because sometimes guys fail physicals, but then the deal gets amended to offset the guy's failed physical.
True.
But because this was so
strange
close to the close to the trade deadline, and the examination didn't happen until after the deadline, you can't amend it.
True. And it's not the only, one of the only reasons we care about it is because he's here tonight. He's going to play.
I know.
Yeah. And if I'm him, like I said, I'd be going bonkers.
Ham.
Yeah. Absolutely. I may start hard fouling people. Why not?
I mean, what difference does it make? You
better
probably feels like Charlotte doesn't want him anyway.
You better have a goon on your bench because I'm coming after your top two dudes.
Yeah, exciting for Trey Jemison III. He might get some minutes tonight. All right, caller right now, 877-710-ESPN, 877-3776. If you are caller 7, you will receive autographs from Robert Horry and Michael Cooper on Friday at Legends Addicts meet and greet event. Coming up next, hot and cold, Travis and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cap.
Weekdays after Mason in Ireland.
Down in Miami where I live, we would start our nights at a Wet Willie's or Fat Tuesdays or whatever, and have one of those.
Wet Willie's.
Yeah, have one of those terrible.
I left it alone on purpose.
I mean, that was the name of the place. I mean, Ludacris had it in one of his songs, Wet Willie's on Miami Beach.
Wet Willie's on Miami Beach.
Sedano and Cap today at 3 p.m.
on 710 ESPN.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/LA right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Bottom of the ninth, bases loaded, crowd rocking for Rotolo Chevrolet's top hitter, Mike Capozio. He's facing off with the Bulldog, and these two have quite the history. Here's the pitch. Oh, he got all of it. That ball is out of here like a red Corvette, and it's going, and going, and going.
Yes! Dad, are you having that dream again?
Come see what the fun is all about at Rotolo Chevrolet.
So Mark Real from Real Fathers writes, I always say on the air, you have to have the right family law firm that is going to get you the happiness you deserve and the justice you deserve.
Really, the legal system is designed and set up for fathers to fail. I set out to create a firm and to create something that would help all men navigate that successfully.
We have a new phone number for Real Fathers Rights.
833-ESPN-710.
And RFR710.com.
Yes, RFR710.com.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Man, I'm in a slump. My energy took a nosedive out of nowhere, and I just don't have the motivation to get things done.
You're over 40. Could be lower testosterone. Have you tried Nugenix Total T?
Nugenix, the testosterone booster on TV?
That's right. Look, I felt the same plunge in my energy after I turned 40, so I tried out Nugenix to see if it would help me.
Did Nugenix make a difference for you?
Night and day. My stamina's way up now. I'm building lean muscle at the gym. I'm totally back on my game. And you could be too. Just send a text to Nugenics. They'll send you a complimentary bottle so you can try it for yourself.
Text CUT to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenics Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone-boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenics Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text CUT to 321-321. That's CUT to 321-321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
As you know, we've welcomed a new partner here at 710 ESPN, Next Gen. Next Gen, the official AC, heat, and plumbing company of SoCal sports fans.
You're as cold as ice.
Call 833-3-NEXT-GEN, NEXGEN, or visit nextgenairandplumbing.com. Time for our feature we do 3 days a week. Who's hot, who's cold, thanks to Next Gen. Boy, time for Who's Hot, Who's Cold. Take it away, Producer M.
I know everyone's been on the edge of their seats. We're finally here. We're going to talk about robot umps. We've been teasing it for 45 minutes. But on Thursday, Major League Baseball will employ what it calls the Automated Ball Strike System, or ABS, in a big league spring training game for the first time. After 4 years of refinement in the majors, ABS relies on cameras to tell an umpire whether a pitch should be called for a ball or strike, and it's only relied on a challenge. So pitcher, batter, manager can challenge, I believe, twice in a game for the ABS system to be used. So it's not going to be used in every single time. It's only used in a challenge.
Oh, I'm
so what do you guys think about these robot umpires?
Wait, there's not going to be a robot out there? A
no.
real robot?
I want an
Not right now.
actual robot.
Yes.
Behind the catcher.
Yes.
Okay.
What
I
is the
want
point
an
of this?
android back there.
Yes.
I want C-3PO calling balls and strikes. Yes.
Yes, Laura.
Come on.
If you're going to do this, go all the way. Either
Thank
rely
you.
on human judgment or bring in our robot overlords.
Yes. The robot, the thing from Lost in Space.
Yes.
Put that behind the
Yes.
plate. Let's go. So this is it's an ABS system. So there's still an umpire back there.
Yes, and it would be more like the strike zone that we see on TV, but it's a more refined version of that.
Version.
Yeah.
So I call strike. AK says I
challenge.
I challenge. They go to the ABS. Either I'm right or he's right.
Correct.
Strike one or ball one. Oh, okay. Okay. Still disappointing.
Here's what's weird about it, though. If you're going to employ this for challenges, why not just employ it, period? So therefore you get the pitches right every time.
Okay, well, this is the same thing with like football. When you bring up the chains only for measuring a third or a fourth down as opposed to doing it for every single play. You're not going to bring up the chains for every single play. It slows it down. That's why.
No, but I'm not saying everything would be challengeable. I'm saying why not just have this computer call balls and strikes?
You mean remove the ump?
Right. Like the ump, look, the human ump can still have, I guess, some type of job just standing there, supervising, make sure people behave themselves. But, like, what's the point of having a computer system that the only time they get things 100% right is if you challenge it, and everything else is up to human
It's
judgment?
just like challenges in replay in football.
How many do I get, though? Because what
two.
if I got Angel Hernandez back there?
I don't know.
Yeah, and everything.
The Angel Hernandez of robots?
Yes, I mean, if he's the ump, and I got to challenge,
they do need
your calls.
They do need to have one crappy robot. They need to bring in one robot whose judgment you still don't trust, even though it's a robot.
And then you know that robot's name it's like X3 4002.
Yes.
And then you have his statistics
Everyone
up on
gets
Twitter.
mad when they learn that X3 200 is umpiring your game.
Has it been egregious this last season? Umpiring?
I think it's kind of like all over the place every season.
But that's always baseball. I mean, but it hasn't been.
And the best umpire, apparently, from some metrics, is the guy that got suspended for gambling.
I think in general in sports, as athletes get bigger, faster, stronger, in the case of pitchers, now throwing 100 miles an hour is the norm.
Yeah.
It's just harder to call balls and strikes.
I thought it would be easier because everything's straight now. Breaking balls are hard. Straight ball,
but if you're looking to paint the corners or something and it's coming in like 100 miles, if you blink even slightly, you're going to miss that.
I think this is a direct result of people throwing harder because now it's easy. If it's on the corners, go to the ABS. It's right there. But breaking balls are weird. When did that thing break? When did it cross the plate? All that stuff is nuts. But yeah, man, I wanted to see an actual robot back there.
Yes,
that would be more fun. But I would
maybe
think
eventually.
But
when we are all robots.
Of all officials, NBA, NFL, MLB, I thought umpires were pretty good Football's all over the place. Basketball is weird. It depends on what crew you get.
I think the umpires in baseball are also all over the place.
Are they all over? Okay. Okay.
All right, what's cold is NBA players from the perspective of PK Subban. So he is a NHL analyst for ESPN.
Yeah.
He was on Get Up, and you know how we've been comparing the All-Star game of hockey and basketball because they happened at the same time last week.
Did PK go off?
So this is what he said on Get Up in regards to NBA athletes.
Oh, boy.
Listen, hockey's a different sport from the NBA. You can't compare the cultures because of the way the game is played. You can step on an NBA floor and go through the emotions. You can't do that in hockey. You can't. Like, the culture of our sport, you have to play it with passion. You have to be willing to fight. You have to be willing to leave it on the ice. That's what fans are investing in. So for us, when we charge $1,500 for a ticket to come to fans know what they're getting. Cale Makar, the best defenseman in the world, wasn't in the lineup for this game. This was the most viewed game that we've had in years. And you see it, it's because it's not just based on the skill and talent. It's based on the pride, honor, playing for the guy next to you. I got a question for the NBA players. What the hell are you playing for? What are you playing for? It's not about the money. You make all the money. What, you're injured? Well, there's a difference between being hurt and injured. Are you hurt or are you injured? There's a difference. In hockey, we play hurt. We play injured. That is the culture of the sport. The NBA has that issue that they got to work on. You got to create a better culture for your players. It starts with the leaders. This issue, there was no issue when Jordan was around. There was no issue when Kobe was around. Yeah. There's no issue when Sidney Crosby's around. There's no issue when Wayne Gretzky was around because those are true leaders. They lead by example. Sidney Crosby.
All right, so what do you think?
Sound like General Patton up there. Big flag behind you.
First, he contradicts himself when he says, like, there's a difference between playing injured or being hurt or being injured. But then he says in the NHL, we play if we're hurt and injured. So there is no
difference. It doesn't matter.
Stop.
Because we're so tough in the hockey.
He's TV guy. You know what he's trying to do, right? I mean, he's trying to defend his sport. Yeah. And this is hockey's opportunity to step into the void because interest in basketball is waning some, right?
You know, I'm looking right now at the YouTube chat for Travis and DeMarco.
Yeah.
JJ Reddit. The NBA is the most crapped on sport, LOL. Does anyone have anything positive to say about it?
Not right now.
I'm so over people complaining about the NBA. That's all they do.
That too, but comparing the NHL to the NBA right now is in vogue. And what he just said. He said that it's impossible to play hockey without being passionate. That is so not true. There's some bad teams out there,
dude.
That step on the ice without passion and they get their butts kicked.
Promise you, there is somebody in the NHL that is mailing it in.
Absolutely.
I promise you.
How many coaches get fired mid-season?
Right.
What sport leads the league in firing coaches mid-season? Hockey. Why? You're playing with no passion. A lot. That's the first thing they say. It happens.
There is also, though, true. I mean, the whole idea of load management, I think, has become this catch-all phrase now that is applied to anybody that doesn't play a game. Like, all of a sudden it becomes load management. Like, there's a difference between managing an injury and you are trying to balance how often you can be out there versus recurrence of that injury that'll keep you out longer and just managing a guy through a season. Like, remember the Spurs when they had Tim Duncan DNP old.
Yes.
Like, that was true load management.
Yes.
But like someone like Kawhi Leonard, I know the phrase has been applied to him a lot. He's dealing with real stuff. Like, it's become very clear Kawhi Leonard can't stay on the court without a certain amount of this. So is your goal to have Kawhi prove how tough he is? Or is your goal to have him on the court?
Have him on the court. I know. It's weird. I think it could have been helped. This era could have been helped if maybe LeBron was a little bit different in how he approached it.
LeBron always plays.
Not just that. I mean, going back to the All-Star game.
Like, LeBron's not a load management guy at all.
Not that. Just the dunk contests, everything, showing toughness, stand in one spot. I know. It's weird. It's just a different era.
But you know what, though? Even with LeBron, with all of the migration, he's other than Miami, where he spent 4 seasons, like he has spent a fair amount of time at all his destinations.
No doubt. But to the basketball purists that came up under Jordan Bird, most of those guys, you don't leave. You stay where you are no matter what. They don't believe in Big Three.
Well, you know what, though? I mean,
I don't know if he ushered in the era of player movement. I think it happened before him. Yeah.
I think it started. Like, you started seeing this with the Celtics, the 2008 Celtics. But guys like Magic and Bird, they didn't have to go anywhere because they had all the best players.
True.
Like, what did Magic need to agitate his way out? Like, he had Kareem.
Yes.
He had Worthy. He had Cooper. Like, if anything...
Jordan had to wait for a bit.
He had to wait for a bit.
And then he took off.
Bird had all those dudes. Like, they didn't have Charles Barkley left Philadelphia because it wasn't good enough.
Just saying, with all that stuff, look, like I said, this is the perfect opportunity for the NHL to try to gain fans.
Right.
That's what I heard from PK Subban right there.
Good for them, man.
Yes.
NHL's a great sport.
Yes.
All right. This was, of course, Hot and Cold, brought to you by Next Gen, the official AC heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal. Sports fans, call 833-NEXGEN or visit Next Gen Air and it's catchy, man.
It is.
NextGenAirandPlumbing.com. NEXGEN.
Do it to Prince.
The Dump. That is next. Travis and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The biggest show on the radio.
Mason and Ireland, weekdays at noon.
I'll do some reporting for you guys also on your contracts.
Wait a minute, you were going to do reporting on our contracts?
There's every intention of offering you a contract at some point.
That's fine.
I don't know when.
Okay, go watch Glenn Ross. Get them to sign on the line that is dotted.
So you two have
That's you, Bergman. You're not closing.
Be closing.
Always.
I'm not the closer in this situation, but in sometime within the next 134 days.
Where in the trust tree is Bergman in terms of like you're below a lot of people on the trust tree?
Well,
Well, he doesn't sign the
You're not
checks.
the closer.
I don't know.
You're like a setup guy. You're like a middle reliever. You're an innings eater. You're an innings eater.
I'm a setup man.
Yeah, you're a setup man.
Yeah. Steve Mason and John Ireland today at noon.
Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Sedano at Los Angeles International Airport. Changes are arriving daily to help reduce traffic, save travelers time, and transform the travel experience. The LAX economy parking structure is now open with thousands of smart parking spaces, as well as hundreds of EV charging stations. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding, and in the future, the People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro. For more information, go to their website, flylax.com/transforminglax. That's flylax.com/transforminglax.
You never expect a Hail Mary pass to win and end the game or getting into an accident. Hey, it's Trav with DeMarco.
Only one all-star defense team you can call to defend you. The personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000.
Don't get sacked by others. Joseph will help you achieve the maximum compensation you deserve. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let Joseph and his team score a touchdown for you.
Empower. Nick bought a new guitar, a 62 American Classic Electric. Does he know how to play? No. But Nick's Empower investment account has performed well. He got good at money, so he can be a little bad. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Past performance is not indicative of future returns. Investing involves risks. You may lose money. Advisory services are provided for a fee by Empower Advisory Group, LLC, EAG, a registered investment advisor with the Securities and Exchange Commission. This is a really, really, really good guitar solo.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
It's time for everything we haven't gotten to today. Yes, it's time for the dump.
If you get Embiid in a playoff scenario when he's healthy, I don't care who you are. You got problems.
The problem is you can't count on him being available for a playoff setting.
That's just a small
and I also
thing.
feel like we have seen that, and they don't go particularly far either.
Huh?
The Sixers got knocked out against the Raptors in that first round. Like we've seen Embiid healthy, and they don't win.
But wasn't that Kawhi Leonard's remarkable shot?
It was Game 7 of the.
But Joel's had some playoff issues. Like, well, I'll just say this: Doc and Joel threw Ben Simmons like way under the bus,
and Ben Simmons threw himself under the basket and ran away from it.
Look, Ben Simmons had his own role in this. I'm just saying, Doc and Embiid seemed all too willing to allow that narrative to fester, that all that guy, don't pay attention to anything we did.
Exactly.
Outside in, I'm on their side.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I'm not going to put my
and you saw it with your own
horse.
eyes. That dude was afraid to shoot.
He was.
Completely afraid to shoot.
He was. I'm just saying there were other problems.
Other factors in that.
Embiid isn't necessarily the person I would put my money behind.
But just that's what we're saying. If you gave him a healthy run in the postseason, that's not a team you can look past. Yeah.
Ben Simmons now a Clipper.
Good for him. So yesterday we talked about the budding rivalry between the Yankees and the Dodgers. What's going to go on with that? Machado was asked at spring training about the Dodgers and, playing them multiple times this year. He said the past is the past about their meeting in the playoffs this past season. I'm looking forward to going out there and competing again this year and trying to take them down. We're ready.
Nice. Okay. That was above board, respectful. Pretty good, right?
Keep it spicy, man.
Yeah.
I am all about this. It's also great coming from Manny Machado, who had one half season with the Dodgers that did not go as well as the Dodgers expected.
He's not Johnny Hustle.
He did not endear himself to fans at all. I will say, as somebody who was around that team a bit, Manny Machado is on the short list of most unlikable athletes I've been around, at least in that period. My experience.
Are you co-signing
with Machado?
Because Dodger fans did not like him.
Are you co-signing though? See,
just saying.
He would not an easy guy to
like.
No,
either.
But he can play.
Oh, he can play.
He can absolutely play.
Absolutely
yes.
play.
Yes.
The Chargers have been selected as NFL's designated team for the second ever regular season game in Sao Paulo, Brazil, as part of the 2025 international games the NFL announced, I believe, yesterday. So Chargers will be playing in Brazil.
Brazil, no opponent yet. No.
The Brazil. Whenever I hear that, I always think of Fast and the Furious.
Oh, you do?
Dom Toretto. This is Brazil.
Brazil. I think Street Fighter.
Street Fighter.
Yeah. Brazil. Yes, there it is. Going to Brazil to play a game. That's going to be fun. No opponent yet?
Well, last year they played, and it was a super messy field. It got Jordan Love injured. It was a whole mess show. So
hopefully Brazil's learned from this.
Hopefully the NFL doesn't.
Learned.
Or the NFL doesn't care.
They care. Believe me, they
do
care.
They?
Yeah, they really do.
You don't want a marquee team and a marquee quarterback like Justin Herbert getting hurt.
You don't want your guys getting all hurt.
You have a marquee team in the Packers.
You are okay, Emily. You are correct that at the end of the day, players are meat to the NFL. Other than
what?
They're disposable.
No, stop that.
I'm
Are
not
you
saying
kidding?
I'm not saying this is how I feel.
Yeah,
I'm saying
the players of the league.
Right, but they consider it a factory. And other than the Bradys and the Mahomeses and the whatever, I think the league considers a lot of their guys.
No.
Someone will be there to replace you.
Stop that. Stop it. No, but they do
care.
They
shouldn't.
They do care. The problem is when you go international and you go to somebody else's stadium, it's not your field crew.
Right.
And the field is the field on game day, and you have to play on it or not. You can choose not to play. It'll be a forfeit, though.
Well, the NFL could choose to intervene more.
Well, it's not your stadium, and it's not even your country. That's what I'm saying.
I would think though that the folks in Brazil in charge of this field recognize that if two high-profile quarterbacks get hurt in a row, there may not be a third time. In Brazil,
I would bet the league is going to have a little more say in field conditions, but it's not. They get it wrong here. They got it wrong in the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. Yeah, it happens.
Right.
But come on.
I want to
more than just meat. Come on,
Brazil.
Stop it.
Happy birthday to not only Kirk Morrison but to Nikola Jokic, who potentially could win another MVP this season. So when you think of Nikola Jokic, what do you think about the Taco Bell commercial that he was drafted during? His run to the playoffs. Groot.
He looks just like Groot.
He looks just like
Groot.
He does look like Groot. Yeah.
I think of horses.
Yeah.
He's very into his horses.
Yes.
Do you think he displays his championships and MVPs at his house? Or are they just in the closet?
I think he displays them, but they're behind whatever horse trophy.
Right. Move those over.
That's what he truly cares about. I mean, he is passionate about those horses.
He
man.
is. I watched him specifically in the All-Star game. He looked like I could care less about this. I'm just out here.
Well,
yeah.
Stephen
But
A.
he did suit up. So.
He did. Yeah.
Stephen A. Smith, I think it was a couple days ago, talked about how he doesn't think an international player could ever be the face of the NBA.
Get ready.
Well, I disagree with Stephen A. I think a lot of this has to do with if the international player in question, like, say, Wembanyama.
Wait, when did he say this?
It was a couple days ago. It was coming out of the All-Star.
He did it again?
Yeah.
Didn't he do this with Ohtani?
He has gone down. You are correct.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my God.
Actually, this is a...
Stop.
This is a Stephen A. thing.
It's a Stephen A. thing.
You are correct. He likes his American League superstars
But
to be
just
American
like with American
born.
players and international players, it has to do with someone wanting to be a star.
Well,
and Nikola Jokic doesn't necessarily want to be a star.
That's the thing. Like, Wemby, I think, absolutely could be the face of the NBA because he's that good and he's got the personality for it.
Yeah.
Jokic clearly has no interest.
Zero.
He wants to be the best player in the league, but I think for the NBA that's so personality-driven, that's not the same thing as face of the league.
I think he's here because he's good. He gets paid lots of money so he can buy more horses.
He is,
that's why he's here, yes.
The gif from Abbott Elementary of Shirley Ralph going, I do my work, I go home.
Yep.
Yeah.
I buy horses.
He clearly cares. Like, you don't get to be that good without caring.
Yeah. He's
But at the end of the day,
yeah.
this is horse funds.
Face of the league cannot be an international player. Do you count Luka as international?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yes,
get ready.
He's from out of town.
Get ready. Here it comes.
It'll be interesting to see
Yes.
if Luka's got the personality for it.
All right, one last object for you guys. On this day in 1999, Office Space was released.
So great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to have to go ahead and kind of disagree with you. It's such a great movie.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, and young Jennifer Aniston, too, at the same time.
Oh.
She rebelled against wearing flair.
Against wearing flair?
Yeah, remember she was told, she was working like a TGI Fridays type
Flair,
place.
yes.
She was told, like, she wore like 23 pieces of flair, which was the minimum.
Oh, my
And
gosh.
she was scolded by her manager for not going above the minimum.
Wow.
And she's like, why not just make the minimum more flair if you want more? It was so great.
Good point.
That movie is so awesome. All right, Super Crosstalk is coming up next. I believe it's Momo and Marcus Grant.
Momo and Ireland is what I saw on the
Oh,
schedule.
okay.
I don't know.
Yes.
Okay, Momo and mystery guest.
Yes.
Mystery host.
The only Stanford grad with a personality, Momo.
710 ESPN.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
You happy you know who I ran into yesterday at the game?
Tell me.
The young man who could be the #1 quarterback in the NFL draft.
Was that Cam Ward?
It was. He was in the kind of the front row right there near our broadcast position.
Yeah.
I said hello. I chatted him up for a few minutes. I told him congratulations. I'm super excited for his career. He's a Texas kid.
Oh, he is.
There's like a Netflix documentary that's coming out about him called The Zero Star or something.
Oh, wow.
Did he have any ice on?
He did have a little bit, but nothing like crazy.
I mean, George, you know what ice means? You do understand the word ice, though, right?
Yes, Cappy.
I mean, I just didn't know if you know. I mean, I know when DeAndre says ice, I mean, I clearly know what he's talking about, but I didn't know if you would know what ice meant. You feel me?
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
Oh, National Margarita Day. Because tequila, lime, and salt solve problems my therapist can't. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Celebrate National Margarita Day. And then, book your stay for the same night. Get a room for as low as $109.
Number 2.
Get a supersonic portable radio when you earn 500 points on your rewards card. The 25th.
And the number 1 reason.
Ricky Smiley, live March 29th.
Morongo. Good times.
Hey, it's Mace. As LA deals with tragedy, our friend Jacob Imrani has a special message for you.
Wildfires can leave lasting scars on our families, our homes, our communities, and our peace of mind. Navigating the recovery process is hard, but you don't have to do it alone. I'm Jacob Imrani, and my team and I are here to help ensure you're treated fairly and get the resources you need. Call us for a free consultation and let us help you rebuild with confidence.
Call Jacob.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement, and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
The CONCACAF Nations League finals arrive at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, March 20th to 23rd. USA versus Panama, followed by Canada versus Mexico. The dream is now. Don't miss the Final Four national teams in the semifinals doubleheader. One ticket, two matchups. Get your tickets now on Ticketmaster. For more information, visit CONCACAFNationsLeague.com/tickets.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles.
KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Super Crosstalk presented by In-N-Out Burger. In-N-Out. That's what a hamburger is all about.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
No woo. There is no woo. There's nobody here.
Right.
Yeah, you only get woos when you're in the room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Woo 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 is marking the official start of crosstalk.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It's more like where are
Okay,
you?
well, Ireland did send us a message saying there's an accident on the freeway. You guys know how LA traffic can be.
Tell that to Belichick.
So, I'm just saying, okay.
And I just got a text from Momo. Be right in.
Nice.
Oh, there you go.
But for the time being, crosstalk is just an extended Travis and DeMarco show.
So we just replay the open again when Momo gets in here, and so we can do a woo.
Is there a Cappy and Bergman boxing match?
What?
Oh, that's from the YouTube thingy.
Is that what it is? It says I wonder
could've
if Cappy asked Kirk to be in his corner for his boxing match with Bergman.
Well, I did. I was listening to Stone and Cap yesterday when I was driving around. I knew they brought up the whole Patrick Mahomes Sr. planned boxing match
versus John Rocker.
Yeah. That apparently it was pre-planned.
Big time.
Because Patrick Mahomes Sr. got arrested for whatever. That's all planned. So maybe they were talking about that. I don't know. I didn't hear the challenge
Cappy
to Bergman
versus Bergman in a boxing match.
Or is it because Greg is now
Bergman
boxing?
has been boxing.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay, now that's interesting.
He's here.
Because last week,
are you going to box?
Last week, I had talked with Cappy on air last week. About him boxing Stephen A. Because Cappy, there's video that just has come out of Cappy working out in South LA. I want to say
boxing?
with Adrian Gonzalez.
He does this every week.
Former ML great. And Stephen A, you can find this. It's not recently, but
that old video of
him working out.
It looks bad.
And he was injured at the time, from what I heard.
Stephen A was injured.
Yeah, he was coming off an injury.
Thank God, because that looks terrible.
It did look really bad.
It looked bad.
Still looked better in Cappy.
Oh,
but
so that's what
I proposed that Cappy and Stephen A box like a charity event for the station, something like that. Obviously, would get a lot of attention.
That'll never happen. But
exactly. See, but me and Cappy can happen.
Like today.
Right. I'm happy to
in this room. Yes.
Beto gave me some boxing gloves to use at the gym, so I have good gloves. I will happily do it. He's not going to be here today.
Okay.
But you said that Kirk is in Cappy's corner.
That's what the question was. That's how I found out about this boxing match.
Can I get you in my corner?
You're on. I'm right there with you. Let's go.
All right.
I'll be your Mickey. Let's go.
Oh,
the body, kid.
DeMarco and Bergman versus Cappy and Kirk. I think this is a great Mandy's
It's on. Let's go. I'm in.
Oh, for the Mandy's.
For the Mandy's. We do it all right before.
I'm not going to lie. Better than Family Feud.
Let's go.
We do have to maybe not do Family Feud.
Okay,
well,
but
not
there's
as many
heat.
rounds of Family Feud at the very least.
Is there any heat between you two?
No.
Oh, this is just friendly
sparring.
Just
boxing.
Oh, okay,
boxing
let's go.
Because why not?
Thought there was
if
heat there.
If you're gonna pick somebody to box,
that puts
I figured
Cappy in a
was
bad
the best
scenario, though. He can't knock out Greg.
No, he can't.
His boss?
You can't knock out your boss, can you?
I mean, why not? You have the opportunity to at least try.
But you
here.
always worry about, is there going to be a price I pay afterward if I knock out my boss?
If he knocks me out, then he's fired. But that's a whole different conversation.
Right. Like,
That's
okay,
what I'm saying.
What is the limit? Can he win by points?
No, right.
Yeah.
He can win. If he somehow wins, then fine.
Okay.
I am not petty in
but
that
even
way.
knockout, like he's allowed to knock you out and keep his
If
job.
he knocks me out, yes, but I will knock him out. He will not get to that
Because
point.
you're just a better boxer. I got you.
The one time I've boxed in my life, I am now a better boxer.
Okay, would you be upset if he took a dive and you knew it?
Oh, that would piss me off.
Yeah, like you landed a nothing jab and he just laid out.
And he just drops. No, that would be very frustrating.
Get up and fight.
Like, get up, dude. Like,
Ali
this
style.
is not what
Wow.
we're doing here.
Did you guys talk about the Aaron Rodgers possibly coming here?
No, we haven't talked about it yet. But
how do you? You're a football fan, Aaron Rodgers. If you lose Stafford for a first-round pick,
hey John, if Aaron Rodgers comes, are you talking about for the Rams?
Yeah, for the Rams.
Look, if Stafford leaves, I know what everything comes with Aaron Rodgers, but the fact is he had like 28 touchdowns last year, 10 or 11 interceptions. He threw for almost 4,700 yards. I think he threw for a lot of yards.
He can still get it done.
He can still get it done, and he would be motivated. I believe that for a year. Until a bridge quarterback, that's the right guy to bring in if Stafford's gone to help keep you towards a Super Bowl.
What you just said to me is it's maybe not the most interesting part of it, but the most unique. The idea of Aaron Rodgers as your bridge quarterback.
See,
that's crazy.
He doesn't got a lot of time left. I mean, John, do you
No,
agree with me?
You're 100% right. I'm just saying your bridge quarterback is never somebody of Aaron Rodgers' status.
Hell no.
Like, this would be a one-of-one bridge quarterback.
Yeah.
How many years does he have left?
2 or 3.
Tops.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
So that is in essence a bridge.
Oh no, I'm not disagreeing with you putting it that way. I'm just saying that's really unusual.
One, if he blows something out again, which is entirely possible. He's old.
Sure.
John, you and Rodgers. Most people are complaining, and Rams fans have come out in droves. He's so polarizing. It's either if we lose Stafford, we want Stafford back. If we lose him, definitely not Aaron Rodgers. They think he's a cancer to the locker room. How do you feel about that whole cancer thing and fitting in?
Completely disagree.
Me too.
I would welcome Aaron Rodgers if he came here. And by the way, I'm starting to think it's going to happen. Not that Rodgers is coming, but I think Stafford and the Rams appear to be headed for a breakup. There's too much smoke now for there not to be fired. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean...
The thing with his wife was weird.
They were at an impasse a year ago.
Refresh my memory of the thing with Kelly.
Which one? Which part?
A week ago, she went on and she said, I don't understand why they're trading Cooper Kupp. My husband doesn't want to throw to just anybody. Maybe it's a better idea if we go somewhere else. Why put that?
For example.
Why put that out there?
It's pretty straightforward.
You know what?
Pretty direct.
She does what we do because we're talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're talking about it. She's doing her job.
The wife of the player saying it.
Wouldn't be the first time with her.
Yeah, but
No,
the franchise
she speaks.
wants him back. The franchise really wants him back.
Well, he wants to be paid.
And he wants to be paid. That's the problem. Yeah. How far do you go?
What does he make? He makes 40 right now, somewhere
40.
around there. He probably wants 50, 55.
Brock Purdy hasn't signed. Dak is at the top at 60. I think Trevor Lawrence is 54. So can you say Trevor Lawrence is a better quarterback than Matthew Stafford? No.
Absolutely not.
Then I need to be somewhere close to what you're paying him. So it's probably
Momo's
over 50.
here.
Yes.
Momo's here. I'm going to get
I
up.
got here late and
Yeah.
still beat Momo.
Nice. Thank you, Greg. Momo, what's happening?
How are you guys?
I'm good. Yes. We're trying to parse through some stuff with Aaron Rodgers. We did it yesterday.
But
didn't we?
Aaron Rodgers had, don't pay attention to the off-the-field stuff. Pay attention to what he did on the field.
Yeah.
He was actually really good last year.
Have you guys ever
Was
had
he?
Yeah,
he was.
look at his stats.
The Jets are bad.
Top 10 quarterback.
Why did they bench him at the end?
They didn't.
He didn't play.
Yeah, he played. Yeah, I mean at the last game of the year,
couple games,
it's
yeah.
over. The season's over. Have you ever had a malcontent fit in with the Lakers that you know of?
Well, they've tried. They brought Rodman in. They brought J.R. Ryder in. They brought Westbrook
There
in.
had been concerns when they brought in Ron Artest, and he fit in great, but that had been the overarching concern with him.
There was some concern about Dwight Howard too that year that he played and they won a championship.
Is he as good as Rodgers?
Rodgers is better.
I'm trying to think of a comp where you're a malcontent that actually worked.
Well, and here's the other thing.
Or a guy that just doesn't
If you
fit.
don't have anywhere else to go, like look at Westbrook in Denver.
Yeah.
Right.
He's been great, and they love him there, and it's because he's been on his best behavior.
And also, he knows that he is wanted there.
Great comp.
Right.
He felt really wanted.
Right. And I think that Sean McVay with Aaron Rodgers would be really fun.
I 100% agree. I totally agree. But my first
I guess the question would be to all these fans you say that don't want Rodgers.
Yeah. They're just scared.
Okay.
They're scared of the McAfee stuff.
Okay, so who do you want?
Well, if you had a choice, the three that from the quote that it was Matthew Stafford, Russell Wilson, or Aaron Rodgers.
I would take Stafford 1, Rodgers 2, Wilson 3.
Exactly. I think the concern from Rams fans, beyond just the idea that Rodgers would not get along, that he would create the issues, the Aaron Rodgers of it all, would be that with his age, he is one bad hit away from being unavailable for you anyway. So if you want to bridge
Stafford,
if you want to bridge quarterback though, you want somebody that you have a higher odds of him staying on the field. Yeah. I'm with Momo. I don't think he's quite as good last season.
Yeah, that's why I did not watch a lot of Jets games. Okay.
The games I saw, I thought he looked
I don't know. Did you watch a lot of Jets games?
Up close. He still got. He can still play.
I mean, he's still flinging it. Can he move?
What was his TD to interception ratio last year?
His TD to interception ratio.
I think he was in the teens.
28 to 11.
Yeah,
but only 229 yards per game. His completion percentage was probably like close to 30th in the league.
I bet if you looked, those are very comparable to Matthew Stafford. I think
neither of them had all that great of protection. Right? Their lines were good.
Matthew Stafford completed about 3% more of his passes.
Which is nothing.
The yards per game is pretty similar. The interception to touchdown ratio, I can't do that math.
What is it?
20 to 8.
Can't parallel park. Can't do math.
Most of Stafford's though was
28
like one game.
and 11 is better than 20 and 8.
Definitely. So I'm so glad. It's sobering to hear that. That's the fun stuff. So if the Giants are actually stupid enough to offer a third-round pick for Matthew Stafford, you would take that deal, right? You would
third-round pick.
A third pick in the draft. Number 3 overall in the draft.
I was going to say, in a heartbeat.
In a heartbeat. If you're the Rams and you got that third pick back, would you pick a quarterback there or flip the pick?
I'd probably flip it. I don't love the quarterbacks that are coming out this year.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had to take one, I would take Shedeur. Cam Ward is right there. I mean, he could be the next Jaden Daniels, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no Andrew Luck in this draft.
No.
And
but I would.
There's no Trevor Lawrence.
The first guy they draft and develop a quarterback, I bet has a mobile component. There's going to be a leg part of that.
Cam Ward has that.
Yes.
Shedeur has that. I don't know. I'm trying to think of it. Is there another first-round quarterback that's being projected after those two?
There is one more.
The kid from...
it's not Dart, is it?
No. Milroy, something like that.
Jalen Milroy.
That's it.
From Alabama.
Mason loves Jalen Milroy. I'm not sold on him.
Why does he love Milroy?
Because he can run, but he can't throw. That's what... I mean, you need... In the NFL, you got to be able to throw.
We've seen it. His name is Justin Fields.
Right.
Yeah. Or...
Okay,
Trey Lance.
My new thing is that I asked ChatGPT these things. I said, "Is Aaron Rodgers still good?" And ChatGPT said, "Aaron Rodgers, a 41-year-old veteran quarterback, has experienced a notable decline in performance over the past 2 years. After an injury-shortened season, I'm paraphrasing, he had 3,897 passing yards, 28 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions. His performance metrics, such as completion percentage over expected, ranked 32nd out of 34 qualified passers, indicating a significant drop from his earlier
He also was second in
career
attempts this year, so that explains a lot of his yards. He was throwing
a lot.
Well, yeah, they didn't run the ball very well. And these are all tied, as you know, DeMarco, to the offensive line. It was bad.
Yes.
But they went out and got him Devontae Adams.
Yes.
They went out and got him some weapons.
Right.
Yeah, by the way, where does Adams... He's not going back to the Jets, is he?
He's still there for now.
Wow, that's good. It's a good pickup for somebody.
He won't stay. Definitely not. Yes, could come this way. You never know.
Is he still good?
Absolutely.
Oh, sure.
Still
should
uncoverable.
I ask ChatGPT?
Still uncoverable.
Yes.
I like it. Yes.
I want to find out.
Okay, let's see what it says.
Are you going to really do this?
That is coming up next. You will learn during Mason and Ireland Super Crosstalk, brought to you by In-N-Out. That's what a hamburger's all about. See ya.
What's up, kiddos? It's Clinton Yates, the big